What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Hey, welcome to the Bin Podcast. I'm Tim. It's just me for now. Mikey will catch up, I hope. I think. Mikey, if you're out there, the podcast started. Just to let you know. So yeah, how's everybody doing? How's it going? Oh, I gotta turn on this light here. And now it's in my eyes. There we go. All right. Let's kick this thing off, right? First, we got to say hi to the peoples, and then we got to say hi to the merch. So let's say hi to the peoples first. I'm gonna try and get this done. Let's go all the way to the top here. Billy, first in the chat today. Where is it?
Fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
Person impersonator.
Fuck the hell off.
Huh. Adams.
You only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
Gina.
Thank you for your question, Senator.
The Dark Lord Greg.
Your data, dumbass.
And Spherelance.
We got rudder. Go! Freeze, sir! Freeze!
All right, that's the people. Now it's time for the merch. Hey, have you gotten your Bin Podcast merch yet? Well, if you haven't, you should. I bought mine. It'll be here on Thursday, I hope. They said it'll be here on Thursday. But I got me a Fuck the Hell Off t-shirt. I got a Tim's hat, and a Loose Thumb Sink Ships magnet. Let's see, what does that look like in magnet form, right? You're just like, oh man, I wish I had a magnet that was so awesome. Bam, perfect magnet. Get the hell out of here, TeePublic. If you go on the TeePublic's website, it will constantly offer you discounts. So use those discounts to buy Bin Podcast merch. All right. We got 5 pretty awesome designs, all designed by McKinnon. The best seller right now is the Fuck the Hell Off design. It's great, but they're all great, and they're all selling. Oh, I missed Wishaza. Hold on.
I did this. Why can't you?
Oh, and Christy's in the chat.
Fucking thing sucks!
Oh, Wishaza got their Tim's hat. How's the Tim's hat? Is it great? I hope it's great. I got one too. Awesome. So, it's not currently on sale right now, but like I said, they'll give you discounts. They'll make you spin the wheel or whatever, and you can use those discounts to buy Bin Podcast merch. So, on to the show itself. It's getting real weird out there in MAGA world.
If you found out someone you were considering for a job on your team or in your house or coaching your kids or walking your dog or driving a school bus, if you found out that candidate got so drunk that people had to use a battering ram normally used by SWAT.
Oh, wait. Before we do, if you don't want to buy our merch, like and subscribe. If you ain't got the cash, it's free to like and subscribe. Also, patreon.com/the Podcast. You go there and support us on there if you don't want to give YouTube money. Also, become a member. You get cool member perks. There, I did it.
Teams to get into his room and wake him up. Would you still hire that person for any job? Babysitter, dog walker, assistant?
I will look at it right now.
Well, how about the head of our nation's top law enforcement agency? There's extraordinary, alarming, brand new reporting on how many people inside the FBI allegedly fear that the current FBI director, Cash Patel's erratic behavior is now a threat to public safety, with allegations that have led Cash Patel to fire back against them with a defamation lawsuit against The Atlantic. Citing more than 12 sources, The Atlantic is today reporting on a series of alarming alleged episodes during Cash Patel's tenure at the FBI that have led officials to fear that the FBI is not ready to handle the many national security threats the country's facing, especially at a time when the Trump administration has launched a...
I mean, the party that Cash had in the fucking locker room at the Olympics should have been a signal that this kind of shit was going on.
War with a regime that is a state sponsor of terrorism around the world. Here's just one of the alarming episodes reported. Quote, on Friday, April 10th, as FBI Director Cash Patel was preparing to leave work for the weekend, he struggled to log onto an internal computer system. He quickly became convinced he'd been locked out, and he panicked, frantically calling aides and allies to announce that he'd been fired by the White House. That's according to 9 people familiar with his outreach.
Wait, what?
2 of these people described his... That's according to 9 people familiar with allies to announce that
he got locked out of the computer system because he fucking couldn't log in. He forgot his password. And then he thought he was fired by the White House? Dude. How paranoid do you gotta be? To be like, ah, shit, they fired me. Nobody told me. I mean, that happens. Trump's done that before. He fired his first Secretary of State in his first administration through a tweet. Dude didn't find out till it was on the news later. Damn.
he'd been fired
That's rough.
by the White House. That's according to 9 people familiar with his outreach. 2 of these people described his behavior as a, quote, freak out. News of his emotional outburst ricocheted through the Bureau. The White House fielded calls from the Bureau and from members of Congress asking who was now in charge of the FBI, end quote. And then there's the allegations around his drinking. Multiple officials telling The Atlantic this, quote, he is known to drink to the point of obvious intoxication. Early in his tenure, meetings and briefings had to be rescheduled for later in the day as a result of his alcohol-fueled nights. On multiple occasions in the past year, members of his security detail had difficulty waking Patel because he was seemingly intoxicated, according to information supplied to Justice Department and White House officials.
Damn. This dude, we thought Keg's Breath was gonna be the dude that got fired for fucking drinking. Nah, man, it's Cash Patel. It's Cash Patel. They got 9 sources on this too.
Intoxicated, according to information supplied to Justice Department and White House officials. A request for, quote, breaching equipment normally used by SWAT and hostage rescue teams to quickly gain entry into buildings was made last year because Cash Patel had been unreachable behind locked doors. That's according to multiple people familiar with the request, end quote. Now, as we said, in response to this reporting, a spokesperson for the FBI called it a, quote, sweeping, malicious, and defamatory hit piece, end quote. Cash Patel claimed that it was all, quote, false. This morning, he filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit against The Atlantic. The spokesperson for The Atlantic said this, quote, we stand by our reporting on Cash Patel. We will vigorously defend The Atlantic and our journalists against...
Wait, isn't The Atlantic the same fucking news organization that reporter got added to the signal chat for? Wasn't he one of the editors at The Atlantic? Dude. What if they just added him to another fucking signal chat? And those are his 9 sources, the 9 other fucking people in that fucking signals chat. Ah, boy. This is not good for Cash.
this meritless
Old Cash Pineapple's not doing great.
lawsuit. We're back with Liz and Glenn. Glenn, this builds on things we've seen with our own eyes. Cash Patel using the taxpayer-funded airplane to go to the Olympics in Milan and guzzling beer like he's in a,
Well, there we go.
80s.
Look at this. Look at this fucking guy. He's off the fucking rails over here.
Like he's in a, 80s movie, I guess, is where those scenes were popular. They're really not very modern. There he is. If he's not drunk, I'm sorry for him. But he's certainly guzzling beer, again, on camera before.
Well, to be fair to Cash, most of the beer ended up on the floor there. It's not really, he didn't really drink it. It mostly just went everywhere else.
Our eyes. I know from interviewing Fred Trump that Donald Trump finds alcohol rather loathsome, which is just interesting.
If Trump finds alcohol so lonesome, right, then why is he hiring all these fucking people who are just alcoholics?
Rather loathsome, which is just interesting. I know Pete Hegseth viewed as sort of a condition of being accepted, saying publicly to Megyn Kelly on her podcast that he would, quote, stop drinking if he got the job. He said that when his confirmation appeared to be on the rocks. How does this story play inside Trump world?
Good question. Let me start with a 2-hour disclaimer. No, we have not, I should just say before I say anything, that we have not verified any of the allegations regarding his drinking.
Here's what's going on.
I and I think a bunch of other reporters that Friday were chasing the story. We had heard that Patel had been locked out of his system. I have not been able, and I've reported extensively on this, to ascertain whether or not he was freaked out. I know that throughout the administration and other circumstances, folks have been freaked out in similar circumstances. But as you said, Nicole, Donald Trump, and I covered him for a long time, does not like people who drink to excess. He's had a family history of this stuff, and throughout his entire career, he has expressed an aversion to people who get intoxicated in public. This is just a fact. So this is a story, regardless of Patel's pushback on this, and he claims that none of this was true, to be clear, is likely to at least raise questions in Trump's orbit at a time when
the head of the FBI freaked out by the FBI.
Patel is not necessarily in the greatest standing. That said, since this published, and really for the last couple of weeks, we've been asking people about Patel's stability and his potential to stay on as director, really in the wake of the Bondi firing. We do not at the moment have a sense that the White House and that Trump are looking to fire him. That said, things in the last month or so have moved very quickly. And even people around Patel say that while they feel like he's in pretty good shape right now, that can change fairly quickly. And it is entirely possible to read a lot of what he's done in the last 24 or 48 hours, including this announcement that he was kind of getting back in the Wayback Machine on the 2020 election as a way of him reminding Trump of why he picked Patel in the first place. So it is a very interesting story. It comes at a particularly vulnerable moment for Patel, but I think we're just going to have to wait to see how this plays out.
Dude's getting fired. That's how it's going to play out. Dude is getting fired. He's the next one. He's the next one. I mean, we're going to talk about the next one in a minute. But after the person who just resigned, he's the next one.
Show you Cash Patel's response on Fox News when the story broke.
Let me ask you about the mission, because every time I see President Trump, he says the election was rigged in 2020. I mean, he says it all the time. We all know that. And it's almost getting lost because he says it so much. You've been at the FBI now 14 months. Have you done anything about that? And do you have anything to tell us about that?
Absolutely, Maria. Look, I've been with the president nearly since day one on this. We have
Yeah.
found all this information. We are working with our Department of Justice partners, and I am never going to let this go because they not only have personally attacked the presidency of the United States and President Trump, but they tried to thwart our elections and rig the entire system. And that is not something that is going to stop. That is not something I'm going to allow on my watch.
Right.
But you just have to remember, they built this disease temple over 20 and 30 years. We've got all the evidence. I can announce on your show that we've got all the information we need. We're working with our prosecutors, the Department of Justice, and their Attorney General Todd Blanche, and we are going to be.
Oh yes, interim Attorney General Todd Blanche, because who was the Attorney General who got fired by Trump? Oh yeah, Pam Bondi. Boy, that's humiliating.
Making arrest, and it's coming, and I promise you, it's coming soon.
It's not. They got nothing.
Let everyone render their own judgments about that performance. They built this disease temple over 20 and 30 years, and we've got all the efference. I can announce on your show, we've got all the information we need. Blah, blah, blah. It's coming soon. Liz, your thoughts on what is in public about the current.
All right, so we'll move on from Cash Patel here and go to the old.
This is Democracy Now!
Sorry, no, it's not. A Trump official did resign over the weekend. Let's see.
So first they got rid of Gregory Bovino, the little guy who lives in a shoe.
Oh, this is a little timeline of Trump officials leaving the Trump administration this year.
Who was inexplicably promoted well beyond his job title to lead Donald Trump's chaotic, violent, trigger-happy, inept paramilitary invasions of multiple U.S. cities. They got rid of him. Then they got rid of Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security. Also, technically, they also got rid, at the same time, they got rid of the guy who didn't formally work for the Department of Homeland Security, but nevertheless, he was
Corey
there
Lewandowski.
every day and at all of her events, sitting or standing right next to her. And he was definitely not her boyfriend because she is super happily married. Then, of course, we immediately got some quite unexpected news about that aforementioned marriage. And then we got the multi-million-dollar luxury private jet that she and her not boyfriend procured with taxpayer funds.
Sex plane. She bought a sex plane with government money.
For what they said would be high-profile deportations.
Who's getting deported
with
in that airplane?
Funds for what they said would be high-profile deportations. The private jet with the bar and the queen-size bed. Then we learned that the Homeland Security Department would not be keeping that jet after all. The White House instead would be taking it, and now it was going to be used by other cabinet members and also, for some reason, by Melania Trump.
Well, obviously, you can't let a $70 million jet just go. You gotta use it. You know, once they roll it off the parking lot, it loses half its value. So, you know.
Investigations into the not boyfriend of Kristi Noem demanding payments from companies with Homeland Security contracts reportedly continue. The not boyfriend, of course, denies all wrongdoing. But then they got rid of the Attorney General. She only barely made it a year. In that time, she did reduce the U.S. Department of Justice to a smoking hulk. But apparently she was just getting started when they got rid of her. She had just moved into some general's house. Because the true mark of making it in the upper echelons of this administration is that you're allowed to essentially loot from the U.S. military. You're allowed to just take over military housing for yourself because, hey, some of it's quite nice. But right after she got moved into some general's house, Attorney General Pam Bondi was out. Then they got rid of the director of ICE, following reports that he had to be
we didn't talk about this one. The director of ICE is gone, too.
Hospitalized not once but twice since taking the job because of stress. Plus another incident in which his security detail reportedly retrieved a portable defibrillator from a nearby office because he was freaking out so hard they were sure they were going to have to shock him. Last week, the head of ICE, Todd Lyons, found himself unable to answer basic questions from Democratic Congresswoman Lauren Underwood of Illinois as she...
Hey, that's Mikey's congresswoman. Mikey, where the fuck are you, man? We're talking about your people. We're talking about your congresswoman.
Pressed him on why so many people have been dying in ICE custody. He could not answer her basic questions about those deaths, even basic questions about why those deaths weren't being
That should have been an Unbox. I'm going to put that on Unbox next week.
investigated.
This week.
And then as soon as that, I'm sure, very stressful hearing was over, we learned that he's out too.
He
has
gone.
Resigned, and he will be gone next month. Well, now today, another one down. The Secretary of Labor is out.
The Secretary of Labor.
And where do you want to start with this one? In January, the New York Post was first to report on a complaint about Trump's labor secretary that had been made to the department's inspector general. And I got to tell you, the New York Post has...
You know what's so funny about this whole thing, about all these cabinet secretaries leaving and all these positions being vacant and needing to be filled, is that Trump tried so hard in 2025 to not fire anyone, to not have anyone resign, because he looked like such an ass in the first administration when his cabinet was just a revolving door of people just coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. He tried so hard to keep these people in their places, and they're just a cavalcade of fuck ups. Like that's all they are. They're fucking clowns. None of them know what they're doing. We're going to talk about RFK in a little bit and his latest testimony in Congress. But these people don't know what the fuck they're doing. None of them. None of them. None of these guys has a single fucking clue. And they're all corrupt, apparently. They're all corrupt in one form or another, whether it's Kristi Noem and this lady taking money and abusing it, or abusing their staff members, or being corrupt in the form of what's his name, the ICE guy. I already forget his name. Bongino. Bongino is also gone too. He was deputy director of the FBI. He wanted to go back to podcasting. Now he's podcasting again. But fucking Cash, man, he's next. He is next. Oh boy.
Secretary that had been made to the department's inspector general. And I got to tell you, the New York Post has since done a ton of groundbreaking reporting on this scandal at Trump's Labor Department. But because it's the New York Post, and I'm going to show you some of their reporting, I feel like I just have to mention at the outset that they do decide to decorate much of their reporting on this scandal with photos of Trump's labor secretary in a bikini. Like, I mean, not every article.
And the New York Post, for those who don't know, is like almost like the tabloid rag of New York newspapers. Like if the New York Times is the paper of record, right? Everyone considers the New York Times to be the paper of record in New York City. The New York Post is like the weird cousin of the New York Times. Like they're always saying crazy shit, but they do have good reporting sometimes. They're very scandal driven.
But a lot of their articles about this just randomly have pictures of her in a bikini. And that's just kind of the business model over there. But the reporting is what it is. Trump's labor secretary, Lori Chavez DeRemer, faced allegations of drinking in the office during the workday, and of taking staff members to strip clubs, and of taking personal trips at taxpayer expense. She was accused of pursuing a sexual relationship with a member of her security detail.
Yeah. The New York Post is basically the Sun newspaper in the UK. Yeah. I don't know who owns the New York Post currently. If anyone knows who owns the New York Post, let me know.
That member of her security detail was then put on leave. Then he resigned. Then her chief of staff was forced out. Then her deputy chief of staff was forced out. Then her director of advance was forced out. Then we learned that her husband, hey, there's a husband, he was banned from going inside the Labor Department's headquarters building. That ban on him entering the building came after 2 Labor Department staff members accused him.
There's no one in the Labor Department who's still fucking there, apparently. Chrissy says the New York Post is owned by News Corp, which is a global media company founded by Rupert Murdoch. Well, there you go. It's a Murdoch paper. Shocking.
The secretary's husband of sexually assaulting them at the Labor Department headquarters building. The husband denies wrongdoing, but then the hits just kept coming. Last week, the New York Times was first to report on Trump's labor secretary allegedly sending text messages to her employees during the workday, telling them to bring her wine.
That's not what the Labor Department's
for. The Times
for.
says it has reviewed the messages and that they're part of an Inspector General investigation. We here at MS Now have not reviewed the messages and have not independently confirmed this reporting. But this is what the Times says, quote, in one text message, Ms. Chavez DeRemer asked a staff member to bring rosé to her hotel room.
Rosé,
the messages
fancy.
are undated, but a picture of the menu in the text message exchange suggests it comes from a hotel bar in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where the labor secretary went on an official visit last July. She asked, quote, do they sell by the bottle?
Oh my God. What?
And it wasn't just the...
Yo, what is with the Trump administration officials and just like being drunk all the time? What's going on over there? What are they doing? Are those cabinet meetings just fucking parties when Trump's not there? Because, yeah, he's a big downer when it comes to booze. So, like, he leaves and everyone else is like, let's fucking party. Is that what's going on there? I know Elon doesn't come to those anymore, but I'm sure he brought the ketamine. Like, fuck, man.
The wine, the alleged day drinking, and having Labor Department employees bring her wine for day drinking. This is also from the Times, quote, Ms. Chavez DeRemer's husband and father exchanged text messages with young female staff members at the Labor Department. Some of the young women were instructed by the Labor Secretary herself to, quote, pay attention. To, quote, pay attention to her husband and father.
My God.
In an April 2025 exchange provided to investigators, Ms. Chavez DeRemer's father wrote to a young female Labor Department staff member, quote, hearing you are in town, wishing you would let me know. I could have made some excuses to get out and show you around. Please keep this private.
Please keep... Holy shit, bro. Like,
this is sick shit.
Oh my God. Wait, there's another one. Oh, here we go.
Flip. The young female Labor Department staff member responded, quote, will do. No need to worry. She apologized.
Boris Johnson will be sorry he missed out on that.
He responded, quote, when are you leaving and where are you staying?
Oh man, that's the creepiest fucking shit ever. That's the creepiest fucking shit ever. How do people get other people's text messages? I believe in the news, in the context of the news, it's through sources. It's through sources. These are people who got the text messages. And also, a Murdoch paper is definitely not above wiretapping, I hear. Like, allegedly, right? So, you never know with the New York Post.
Defending Cankles, McTaco Tits, and owning the libs. That's their...
This is the Labor Secretary's father. She allegedly told her young female staffers that they needed to, quote, pay attention to him. When are you leaving and where are you staying? 3 Labor Department staff members have filed civil rights complaints against Trump's Labor Secretary and the department, describing a hostile work environment. But now Trump's Labor Secretary is out too. As of tonight, Trump Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer is out of her job. Her lawyer told us here at MS Now tonight, quote, Secretary Chavez DeRemer did not resign due to findings that she violated the law. Her decision to leave office was personal.
This is like No, for sure it's the first thing. It's definitely not the second thing. For sure it's the first thing. For sure it's she resigned due to findings that she violated the law because she's getting sued by her own people. She's getting sued by her own people. Civil rights lawsuits were filed. Oh boy. Yeah, who'll deliver wine to her now?
Personally, I think it's got a sting that I don't think they ever gave her a general's house.
Right?
I mean, not like everybody else in the cabinet.
Not like Trump gave two fucking shits about the Labor Department. By the way, the Secretary of Labor, he does not care about any of that. Except for maybe like Department of Labor statistics that he'd want to fucking gerrymander. But that's it. He doesn't actually care about workers. Just so you guys know, MAGA.
I don't think she ever got one. Not even like an admiral's house. But now she's out as well. That said, the FBI director still has his job. The deputy director of the FBI, the podcaster guy, they got rid of him, but the other podcaster guy is still there in the
the podcaster duo in charge of the FBI. One of them's gone. One of them's going. Ooh, boy.
Director's job after learning about Director Cash Patel assigning the FBI SWAT team to be personal bodyguards for his girlfriend. After Director Cash Patel flew the FBI private jet to the Olympics so the taxpayers could pay for him to go to Italy and chug beer in the hockey team's locker room. FBI Director Cash Patel has now filed a lawsuit and a demand for $250 million against The Atlantic magazine, following The Atlantic reporting this weekend on what reporter Sarah Fitzpatrick described as his, quote, conspicuous inebriation. Quote, several officials told me that Patel's drinking has been a recurring source of concern across the government.
Boy.
They said he is known to drink to the point of obvious intoxication, in many cases at the private club Ned's in Washington, D.C., while in the presence of White House and other administration staff. Patel is also known to drink to excess at the Poodle Room in
The Poodle Room? What the fuck is the Poodle Room? Oh, no.
Las Vegas, where he frequently spends parts of his weekends.
Oh my god, this dude is flying out to Vegas every weekend to get fucking drunk in the Poodle Room? Cash, what's going on?
Early in his tenure, meetings and briefings had to be rescheduled for later in the day as a result of his alcohol-fueled nights, said 6 current and former officials and others familiar with Patel's.
6 current and former FBI officials and 3 other people who are familiar with his schedule, because we heard it was 9 sources earlier. So 6 of them are FBI officials and 3 of them are his friends, right? And his friends do not care about talking to the media, I guess. Or, once again, they added a reporter to a Signal chat before. Who's to say they didn't do it again? They just didn't fucking tell him this time, right? Oh, he lives in Vegas. So he flies to DC during the week, theoretically. And then he just, flies home and parties it up in the Poodle Room? Chris C. reports, our reporter on the ground, Chris C. The Poodle Room is an exclusive members-only lounge and social club located on the 89th floor of the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. Offering panoramic views of the strip, of that empty Vegas strip, because nobody's going to Vegas.
Schedule. Quote, on multiple occasions in the past year, members of Patel's security detail had difficulty waking him because he was seemingly intoxicated, according to information supplied to Justice Department and White House officials.
This is, by the way, some of this right here, this is not information that like, oh, they just, got it from his friends or some sources at the FBI. This is information given to the Justice Department and the White House about Cash Patel. And he's going, man. He's going. He ain't got much time left before he gets fired or is forced to resign.
A request for
go back to podcasting, Cash.
equipment normally used by SWAT and hostage rescue teams to quickly gain entry into buildings was made last year because Director Cash Patel had been unreachable behind locked doors, according to multiple people familiar with the request. Some of Patel's colleagues at the FBI worry his personal behavior has become a threat to public safety. FBI officials and others in the administration have privately.
Adam says, I want to polymarket bet now. Then when he goes to Vegas, he calls himself Cash Money. Oh, man. Where is it?
Stupid, stupid, stupido.
I'll play the sound effect. There we go.
Questioned whether alcohol played a role, for example, in the multiple instances in which Patel has shared inaccurate information with the public about active law enforcement investigations, including following the murder of Charlie Kirk. The Atlantic says its reporter spoke with more than 24 sources for this
On Signal Chat
story. MS Now has not independently verified these allegations. Mr. Patel has denied all wrongdoing. He's now suing the Atlantic over this story, calling it malicious and defamatory.
Wait, didn't Trump try to do that to a newspaper recently? And the judge was like, yeah, it's not defamatory if it's true. Like, he's not going to win this lawsuit. He's not. He's not going to win this lawsuit. You know why? Because it's real information. It's not defamatory if it's fucking true, man. You just don't like it. So, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell any of these people that fucking sue newspapers over true shit the newspapers are saying. Oh, hey, speaking of true shit,
I reckon
it's back to Congress is back in session, everyone. It is time for some congressional testimony with Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr.
recognize Dr. Ruiz for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, do you approve of President Trump's nomination for Dr. Erica Schwartz to be the next CDC director?
Yes, I do.
So you agree with him?
Yes.
Were you consulted?
Yes.
Great. Did you speak to the president directly about this choice before she was nominated?
He did not. He did
Did you
not.
speak with the president before her nomination?
His answer is going to be gibberish, but the answer is no. He did not. He did not speak to the president before he nominated this fucking whack job to be CDC director.
About her?
We were the ones who sent her nomination to the White House.
So, but did you speak to the president?
It is just a slap suit. Yeah.
I have not spoken to the president directly, but my staff, Chris Klump, spoke directly to the president.
Oh my God.
All right.
It's
So
like
you didn't speak with the
listening to gravel in one of those fucking one of those stone smoother thingies. Like it's just
president about a major decision that they were all going to make that you on an agency that you oversee. Did you speak with Erica Schwartz prior to her nomination to vet her?
Yeah, on multiple occasions.
Great. And have you spoken with her since?
Yes, I have.
Did you vet her positions on vaccines?
I did.
Okay. Well, here, let me remind you what she said about vaccines. Quote, "When I was a military physician, my job was all about readiness. It was all about public health, prevention, vaccines, early detection. If we get that right, we change lives before illness ever begins. It was all about vaccines. And if we get that right, we can change lives." So this runs contrary to your dangerous anti-vaccine crusade, Mr. Secretary. These questions are important because you fired the last CDC director, Susan Monarez, because she refused to, quote, "give blanket approval," unquote, and rubber stamp your efforts to dismantle the childhood vaccination schedule without any scientific evidence to do so. Remember that?
That's not true.
Well, it's
That
what
is
was
true.
reported was she testified in front of the Senate.
Yeah, but what she testified to was not true.
But you dismantled the program, replaced the ACEP board with anti-vaxxers anyway, things that she said you were going to do. And you did it. So when we talk about truth and who is being honest, I would trust her because that's what you did, even though you were denied to Senator Cassidy that you wouldn't do that. Mr. Secretary,
I had a very good reason for firing her, and it had
so let me
nothing to
ask
do
you a
with
question.
vaccines.
Because you and her have very different opinions on vaccines, did you change your views on vaccines?
You want a soundbite or do you want to have a discussion? Because what you're saying is absolutely wrong.
What you have demonstrated throughout your entire time as secretary is the dismantling of the childhood vaccination programs that has been detrimental to our nation and puts our nation at risks of getting more communicable diseases, which has been shown through the flu, through the measles. Those cases have been rising, Mr. Secretary.
I'm putting $1 billion.
Comment from the chat. Did you all see Hegseth quoting the fake Bible passage? We're going to get to that from Pulp Fiction. I swear they're all. Yep. Yep. Or have a worm brain. Yep. Yeah. They are all not right in the head. Or drunk. Or drunk. Hey, I'm sure RFK, who's admitted to doing cocaine off of toilet seats, is just, the healthiest individual. He's the greatest guy to be Health and Human Services Secretary, is what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a numpty. He's a numpty for sure. I got a sound effect for that. Where is he? Oh man, did Mikey get rid of that sound effect for RFK? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh well.
Agree with Dr. Schwartz and her vaccine position.
I'm putting $1 billion.
No, Mr. Secretary, if Dr. Schwartz is confirmed, will you commit on the record today to implement whatever vaccine guidance she issues without interference?
I'm not going to make that kind of commitment.
Because you probably won't. You'll probably fire her.
Ooh. Viper Scott has been a member for 11 months. That's a long time. That's a long time. Who is the questioner? I think we heard his name at the beginning, but hold on. Timestamp currently is 3:31. I think the questioner is a doctor.
I recognize Dr. Ruiz for his 5 minutes of questioning.
So Congressman Ruiz, Dr. Ruiz.
As well as you did Director Mornarez, because you will not accept the recommendations based on science.
You're getting your sound bite, but you're not getting
it
truth.
Has been reported by Bloomberg that the
Viper Scott, funds for the Civics show. Got the merch. Got the merch. My merch is coming soon. I'll have it for the Thursday show, I think. It'll be here either tomorrow or Thursday. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow because I want to be able to fucking wear it. But yeah, we'll do some constitutional amendments. We'll take a break from the news for a bit after we get through a few RFK clips.
President and the White House have sidelined you. They've benched you because you are making the president look bad. Are you aware of that?
That's not true.
How does that make you feel, Mr. Secretary? You must be.
Which part?
Bloomberg, that the president and the White House have sidelined you. They've benched you because you are making the president look bad. Are you aware of that?
That's not true.
You are making the president look bad. Are you aware of that?
Ooh, hold on. I got to get that as a sound clip. Hopefully this fucking works.
Bloomberg, that the president and the White House have sidelined you. They've benched you because you are making the president look bad. Are you aware of that?
That's not true.
How does that make you feel, Mr. Secretary? You must be aware of that. And it must be nerve-wracking.
You just want the sound bite.
Here we go. Some reporter in the field again. Chris C. RFK Jr. pled guilty to a single felony charge of possession of heroin in 1984 and received 2 years probation and community service. He's been using heroin since he was 15. Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Especially after A.G. Bondi, especially after A.G. Bondi and Secretaries Noam and Chavez de Rimmer got fired for making the president look bad. You see, I think the reporting is correct, Mr. Secretary.
You're just making
You're
stuff
making
up.
the president look bad, especially before the midterms elections. You talk publicly about snorting cocaine off a toilet bowl seat. Your words, not mine. You said that if you were president, you would, quote unquote, reparent black children. Again, in other words, taking them away from their parents. Your words, not mine. Furthermore, the American people think your anti-vaccination crusade is too extreme. A KFF polling shows that 55% of the Americans disapprove, with 37% strongly disapprove of your work, Mr.
Let's take a look at this sign here. Great printing jobs they do down there in DC. So let's see. RFK Jr. is losing. His vaccine policy is failing Americans. New CDC pick is not an anti-vaxxer. Eradicated diseases are returning in America. Isn't that fun? They're losing in courts. The CDC trust has collapsed from 59% to 47%. 29% have zero confidence in federal childhood vaccine recommendations. When asked if the measles vaccine could have saved an unvaccinated child who died during the Texas outbreak, RFK answered,
Mr. Secretary, 56% have little to no confidence. The majority
he'll read it for
have
us,
little
but I
to
can't
no
see the bottom of
confidence
that.
in your work with vaccines.
It's a good sign. It's a good sign. She just needs to hold it a little bit higher so we can all see.
And you keep losing.
So many congressional staffers have to have a fucking degree in sign holding.
Americans are sicker now more than ever. Measles cases were up to 2,288 in 2025, more than the previous year. This year is going to be worse, with cases already at 1,748. So, Mr. Secretary, you should resign for your dangerous dismantling of our public's health, and before the president fires you too. And when you do get fired, don't say I didn't tell you.
Members time.
Ms. Sewell.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of these, and they get worse for RFK. By the way, that was not the worst one.
Secretary, you've made a number of outlandish and frankly disturbing comments both before and during your tenure as Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Patel could be looking for a job. Can he hold signs? He could be one of those sign flippy guys in front of like the tax places or whatever, right? I mean, you're gonna have to do something when you get fired.
I want to draw your attention to one of those times. In a 2024 podcast interview, you suggested that Black children on ADHD medication
This is not going to be good for RFK at all.
Should be reparented. You said,
"Oh, another
every
terrific
Black kid is
sign.
now just standard."
The sign says every Black kid who is now just standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented. Ouch, RFK, you shouldn't have said that shit.
Standardly put on Adderall, SSRI, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and that those children are going to have to go somewhere to get reparented. There is a lot to unpack.
Wow, that's fucking racist, bro. Get the fuck out of my chat. Get him out of here.
In that comment. I know that you've already answered several of the questions I was going to ask, and so I'm just going to rephrase them. Mr. Secretary, you've already admitted that you are not board.
Christy, our reporter on the ground. I just checked, and his reply was the vaccine might have stopped child measles deaths. Well, at least he knows. Oh shit, we got 10 gifted bin memberships. Hold on, I got to be in the right fucking thing to get them. Let's see. I'm not in the right thing. Hold on, I'm gonna get there. One moment, please. One moment, please. Let's click on this one. Is this the right one? Nope. Nope. All right, we'll go here. Hold on, I have to go to, I was in the vertical stream. I have to go to the regular stream. All right, here we go. I'll do the sounds up front because I can't go back and forth because I'm one person and this is hard to operate with two people. The following people now have gifted bin memberships thanks to Viper Scott, Kenneth the Caldwell, To the Moon, Commander Max Headroom. Ooh, that's a good name. Aaron Burns, Tune XXX, Topico a Weasel, Tilting Windmill, another good one. Joy Free Six, Miss Non Sequitur. Oh man, there's a lot of good ones in here. And I believe that's it. So thanks, Allie, for the bin memberships. Viper Scott coming in clutch. Now back to our regularly scheduled RFK.
Certified physician, and you've already admitted that you did not go to medical school. Have you?
I just want to say that I paid way more in postage for this stuff for my own merch than €5 or pounds, and it's taken a week. So you guys got better shipping than I do.
Ever reparented?
I paid
or parented,
$12
I
for my
should say,
shipping.
a black child.
I don't even know what that phrase
Yeah,
means,
we're
and
gonna
I
go
doubt
back.
that.
Yes.
This got a little muddled.
Board certified physician, and you've already admitted that you did not go to medical school. Have you ever reparented or parented, I should say, a black child?
I don't even know what that phrase means, and I doubt
just
that
a yes
I
or
said
no
it.
answer.
I doubt that I
Did
said
say
that
it.
phrase.
You
No,
absolutely
I'm not going to answer something that I didn't say.
You absolutely.
You said it. Oh man. Okay. What? Now I have to go back. So it's the 19 Keys online show. If anyone can find this, I'll try and find it myself. Yeah? 19 Keys online podcast with RFK Jr. in it. If we can find him saying this quote, it would be hilarious. I will leave it to the Bin Network.
I doubt that I
Did
said
say
that
it.
phrase.
You
No,
absolutely
I'm not
said
going to answer something that I didn't say.
You absolutely said it.
Oh, I'd like to hear the recording.
So to be
Because
clear,
it doesn't make
sir,
any
I'm
sense.
I'm
I
gonna
don't even know
reclaim
what
my
it
time.
means.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking.
And by the way,
So to be
of
clear, you're not a
26
doctor, you have no medical degree, and you have no formal medical training.
As
And
have-
you have never
as have-
parented a black
as have
child. And yet you
24
are
of the
suggesting
26
that
HHS
government-
secretaries
Mr.
have not
Secretary,
had medical
This is my
degrees.
time. And I say to the chairman, I want to reclaim my time. So you are not a doctor, have no formal medical training, and you've never parented a black child, and yet you are suggesting that the federal government should take black children away from their families and reparent them and send them off to some wellness farm instead of providing them with evidence-based.
You're just
medical
making
care.
stuff up.
I am absolutely not making this up. Mr. Secretary, in your opinion, what factors should the federal government consider when reparenting a black child who has been on ADHD or ADD?
I don't even know what
rhetorical,
you're
sir.
talking about, Congressman.
Chrissy found it.
I don't know what you're talking.
Chrissy found it. Hold on, let me go into the fucking chat. See, this is what makes our chat so great. All right. I'm going to keep playing this and then I will find the timestamp where he said it.
I don't know what
Deficit
reparenting
disorder,
even
and
means.
I don't either, but you said that.
I did not
Mr.
say that.
Secretary, for black families in the United States, the issue of family separation is not new. Our nation has a long and painful history of separating black children from their families. During slavery, black children were taken from their parents and sold with no regard for their humanity. And after slavery, black families continued to face forced separations through Jim Crow laws, discriminatory policing, and child welfare systems that too often assumed that black parents were unfit. Even today, black children are removed from their homes at higher rates than white children, not because of their greater harm, but because of longstanding bias and built-in institutionalism. For you to suggest that black families are not capable of raising their own children is deeply offensive. Sir, you are the Secretary of Health and Human Services for the world's most powerful country, and your words matter. When you suggest that reparenting Black children, when you sow doubt about the safety of vaccines, and when you promote unproven statements that have no basis in science, you endanger the lives of everyone across this nation. Those children have parents, and to suggest that they have to be reparented is offensive.
I never
Secretary,
suggested that.
your words matter. When those words are careless, communities pay the price. When your words are imprecise, they create confusion. And when your words are dismissive, they cause real harm. So you don't have the pleasure, because of your position, to speak first and think later. Not in this job and not because of your responsibility. I expect, and the American people expect, that you choose your words with sincereness and with seriousness, the seriousness that your position demands. American lives are at stake, and it's time that you start acting like it, sir.
Got him. I'm looking for the timestamp for the actual clip. Yeah, I posted. I saw the link, so I'm trying to look for the fucking timestamp. So. You know better than to try to hold RFK Jr. accountable for the things his brainworm said. All right, we got one more of these to fucking... This is also... Once again, it gets worse for RFK here. These congressional testimonies are never good for him, and it gets worse.
Recognize a gentlelady from Pennsylvania, Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this is Black Maternal Health Week, so I'll just start there. Secretary Kennedy, I'm sure you're aware that Black women are at least 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. The vast majority of those deaths are preventable. Black women in my district are more likely to die during pregnancy than their peers in 97% of U.S. cities. Your written testimony mentions maternal and child health 4 times, but from what I've seen, the NIH canceled grants researching...
Hold on. Okay, since we got the timestamp, here it is. And thanks to the bin chat for doing all this work. Usually Mikey and I can tag team this, but he ain't here today.
Psychiatric drugs, which every Black kid is now just standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence. And those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where they'll be...
Got him. Hold on.
Psychiatric drugs, which every Black kid is now just standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence. And those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You'll actually have to talk to people. And the basis, the model for this...
Damn. We fucking got him. Oh, I didn't say that. I don't remember saying that. Fucking RFK. Anyway, back to more shit he said.
Black maternal health. Your administration's fiscal year 27 budget proposes eliminating Healthy Start, which is one of the federal government's primary community-based maternal health programs. And you've made it a priority of HHS to end diversity, equity, and inclusion. So yes or no, my question for you is, if a medical school or public health school educates students about addressing the Black maternal mortality crisis, would you consider that an illegal DEI?
No.
No, you would not?
No.
Great.
Scott here. Hi all, Scott here, but on a really shit machine. So I will not say hi individually, but I know I would if it was easier. Just gonna lurk. Thanks for tuning in, Scott.
I do hope for the medical schools, the universities, and the accreditors, your administration has been threatening that they're watching this and take this directive to continue teaching about and addressing the Black maternal mortality crisis. And I expect your agency to restore and expand funding and support for that work. Also, yes or no, do you think consuming more protein and avoiding Tylenol will prevent Black women from dying 3 times more likely during a pregnancy?
I'm sorry, what?
I doubt it. Tylenol doesn't kill
So
you.
then why aren't you putting forth serious policies that actually address the health crises in this country instead of just these unserious conspiracy theories and this wellness influencer mess that we
it's so cringy. He's so cringy. I just want to, every time I hear him fucking try and answer a question, it's just cringe.
Is that question, or are you just talking?
No, it's a question.
We're doing more on maternal health than any other administration.
No, I said Black maternal health.
On maternal health.
Black maternal health.
That includes blacks and whites.
But the thing is that they're actually not the same outcomes, which means that we need specific and intentional.
I should clip it.
No, it's a question. These crises in this.
Tylenol doesn't kill you.
So then, what? 3 times more likely during a pregnancy?
I doubt it.
Ooh, yeah, that is a good one. Okay.
Also, yes or no, do you think consuming more protein and avoiding Tylenol will prevent Black women from dying 3 times more likely during a pregnancy?
I doubt it.
Yeah, got him.
Tylenol doesn't kill you.
So then why aren't you putting forth serious policies that actually address the health crises in this country instead of just these unserious conspiracy theories and this wellness influencer mess that we.
Do you want me to answer that question, or are you just talking?
No,
we're talking about, I did a little thing about the manosphere a while back. If we're talking about manosphere, this fucking guy's up there too, man. He's one of those fucking grifters.
It's a question.
He's got a different angle than some of the other guys, but he's in there.
We're doing more on maternal health than any other administration.
No, I said Black maternal health.
On maternal health.
Black maternal health.
That includes blacks and whites.
But the thing is that they're actually not the same outcomes, which means that we need specific and intentional interventions for Black maternal health and Black
Can I finish? I'm saying.
Are you going to answer that?
Yeah, we have right now, we've implemented
the problem.
Perinatal.
And here's the box that RFK has put himself in here. The Congresswoman is trying to mention that a certain subgroup of people has a health problem. They have a health crisis, and it's Black women and mortality in childbirth, right? RFK, the box that he's in is, well, we're anti-DEI. So we don't take into account race or gender or whatever. Like we don't take any special consideration into account for any of that stuff. What the Congresswoman is going to point out to him, and what she's already pointed out to him, is that, well, there are different outcomes for different groups of people, and we need to fix those outcomes, right? We need to, if you want to do a targeted policy to help those people out, you're going to need to recognize that different groups of people have different health outcomes, and that he is going to continue to say, well, we're anti-DEI, so we got to treat everyone. We got to treat everyone. So our policies are holistic, but they're not. They're not. He's just using that as a cop-out. That's the box he's putting himself in, and it's not going to do him good.
Pilot project that we're in 220 hospitals around the country, and we have reduced maternal health mortalities by 42% at those hospitals by providing them protocols.
Can you please share what the reduction has been for Black maternal health?
Across the board, it's 42%.
But Black maternal health still has worse outcomes than other people.
I wouldn't know. It helps everybody.
But it isn't.
Object to that?
Okay, thank you. It is not. I do want to just, for the record, state that it does not help everyone. Your agency told programs to remove a list of nearly 200 words and phrases from their funding applications, including the word Black. Do you have an idea of how we could solve the Black maternal mortality crisis if we can't say Black?
President Trump is trying to end division in this country, not so division,
not eviction.
During the last 4 years. That's what DEI did. It divided people. It polarized people.
No. We're not talking about eviction. We're talking about healthcare.
I'm calling about DEI.
We're talking about healthcare.
Yeah.
Disparities. So what we're asking is if you attack DE&I and then we have a crisis that impacts one population over another, but you cannot direct specific spending or research or interventions to that population, how do you solve the problem?
Do you think the federal government should be paying for DEI?
I think the federal government has a vested interest in ensuring that its citizens survive childbirth.
No, got him.
We
Fucking
are
got
meeting
him.
that obligation.
We are not.
Oh, that I can explain to you how we are.
You have not done so far. But also, I would say that we can improve healthcare for everybody at the same time as helping the people who are most likely to die. That's what DE&I. Well, first of all, DE&I make sure that we have Black doctors or women doctors, or that we're talking about the fact that we have a mortality rate that is not matched by any other country as what we would call developed as ours. Really quickly, in yesterday's Ways and Means Committee hearing, you denied saying that every Black kid is now just a standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere else and get reparented. Why did you deny saying this?
Why did I deny payment?
No, why did you deny that you said that every Black kid is now just standard put on Adderall, SSRIs, benzos, which are known as to induce violence, and that you would rehome them?
Well, it's largely true that Black kids, because it's easier to handle people, and a lot of the public.
And you're going to rehome them?
No, I never said that we should rehome them for illegal drugs. Oh, psychiatric.
Gentlelady's time has expired.
Okay, I just wanted to know if that was him for the record. Thank you.
Thank the gentlelady. Night.
Oh, she played the
First,
clip.
they got rid of.
She played the clip. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Do I have any other fucking...
We move next here tonight.
Mikey put this one on. I'll let it play for a few minutes. I don't know what it's about. And then we'll get to we'll learn about the Constitution a little bit. And I also have that website that I was told about, the Leaving MAGA website. We're going to go through that too.
To our cover story, and our I-team tracking the downfall of the parental rights group Moms for Liberty. Tonight,
Moms for Liberty. Oh, boy. Chris C. There are figures that he refused to provide. Black women have the highest maternal mortality rate at 69.9 deaths per 100,000 live births. That's per capita, compared to white women that have 26.6 per capita. Yes. And that is the whole reason the Congresswoman brought up this policy, this insane policy they have of just lumping everyone into the same group. It doesn't work that way. It shouldn't work that way. And it never has worked that way. You cannot just be like all moms. The different kinds of people have different health outcomes. And it's societal and it's systemic and it's institutionalized. So you cannot just blanket all men or all women or, whatever. You can't do that, especially when it comes to policy, because you'll have policy that doesn't work for everyone. And they don't understand that. It's not about being woke or whatever. The whole DEI thing, they claim everything is DEI if it involves minorities, but it's just different policies for different groups of people. That's how it works. That's how policy works. That's how you get stuff done. And yes, 100%. It's racist, pure and simple. It's racist. Everything that was brought up to RFK, and he's denying it based on race because he's doing the whole colorblind thing. Oh, well, races don't exist to me. I don't see color. That's not how it works, bro. And it is a shocking disparity. And it's something that the Secretary of Health and Human Services should fix. Yeah. Black people are discriminated against at a terrible rate. It's disgusting. And that kind of shit happens. Because RFK has just racism, the whole thing. He just did.
I-Team investigative reporter Katie Legrone has conversations with 4 members of the Florida-born group who resigned, saying that leaders focused more on photo ops with the president than the actual issues.
2022 is the year of the parent.
They rose to fame out of the pandemic. But 5 years after Moms for Liberty was thrust into the national spotlight by fighting school mask mandates and promoting book bans, some members of the conservative parents' rights group who describe themselves as joyful warriors empowering parents to defend their parental rights don't seem quite so joyful anymore.
The reason why I resigned is because I feel like we've gotten so far away from the grassroots movement.
The organization moved away from their mission.
It was more about a national movement in the big picture and their donors.
Angela Dubois, Jessica Tillman, and Jennifer Pippin are among the original class of Moms for Liberty members in Florida. Angela started her chapter in Pinellas County.
May of 2021.
Jessica headed up Seminole.
August of 2021.
And Jennifer was the go-to for Indian River, one of the group's first local branches.
Moms for Liberty was amazing when we first started out, in the heat of COVID, and, so everything was shut down. People were needing help. Parents didn't know where to go. We were the guiding light.
But these former chairs all recently resigned, claiming that guiding light has faded into a movement focused less on local issues and education and more on money, donors, and securing a seat in President Donald Trump's White House.
Oh, here we are at the White House Easter egg hunt, and here we are at the White House, and here we are with Melania Trump.
Isn't that a good thing? When you're not supporting your local chapters, especially ones that have been in this since the beginning, and not working to get the best policies and procedures at the local level, then state level, then federal level, you're losing the base of the organization.
Are you at the White House pretty regularly now?
I think I've been there, I don't know, maybe a dozen times or so.
One of its founders, Tina Deskovich, says the organization has had a voice in Trump's White House since last year.
I'm spending more and more time there for sure.
Weighing in on mostly education-related issues and other stuff she wouldn't elaborate on.
Oh, just different things. I usually have to be very clear.
Oh, it appears I have to address something in the chat. No more DI, so a flat tax rate for everyone, then that's tax policies don't take race into account, diversity, equity, or inclusion. That's not how it works. Not how it works. Good try though.
That it's my opinion one way or the other and not that of the organizations.
It is a nice group.
But she says the group's newfound audience at the government's highest level is an opening for the organization she just can't refuse.
We didn't have the opportunity in 21 to really be involved in our mission statement to the full capacity, and now we do. And we're absolutely going to take that opportunity.
Alyssa Hines agrees. She leads Moms for Liberty in Hillsborough County.
Anytime that we have a seat at the table to help push and help support our parental rights is the way to go.
Who is Moms for Liberty? We first introduced you to the controversial nonprofit back in 2021 when we sat down with Tina and co-founder Tiffany Justice.
This is the t-shirt room.
Both former school board members who said they created the group to defend.
Yeah, no, Moms for Liberty is just Christian nationalism. It just is. It's just another form of Christian nationalism.
Parental rights when the pandemic prompted school closures and mask mandates.
We are changing the direction of this country.
But since its inception, the group, which fights so-called woke policies in education and helped push what some call Florida's Don't Say Gay law, has fueled its share of critics, labels as extremists, and public ridicule after one of its founders, Bridget Ziegler, a Sarasota school board member, admitted to a three-way sexual encounter with her husband and another woman. But what hasn't been so public until now is the group's rash of recent exits among its top brass, including co-founder Tiffany Justice, and what these former members describe as growing hostility within the group's own ranks.
I lived, breathed, and slept.
See, here's the problem with these fucking MAGA groups, right? They eat each other. They are constantly eating each other. They are constantly they have leadership that becomes full of strife and division, and they just dissolve. That's what's going on here. is they probably got way too big too fast, and their leadership just devolved into infighting because that's what they do. They're just looking to someone to be angry at.
Moms for Liberty.
Also, yes. Why?
After nearly 5 years leading the branch in Seminole County and recently the group's Florida legislature.
And yeah, this is also true. If there's no diversity in city planning, it means no safe care for the disabled. Anyone or there's wage disparity. I mean, we covered this in I teach sociology, and we just covered this topic actually in class. And sociology is not political science. It's not about politics. It's about society at large, right? It's about the institutions that create society and all that stuff. But there is always a political bend to these sociology topics, these social problems. And one of those social problems is gender discrimination, and another one is race discrimination. And the government as an institution has a mandate to address those problems, just like the Congresswoman said. If there is a different health outcome for minority groups and a subset of people, then the government needs to address that group of people. It's their job. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr., as Health and Human Services Secretary, it is his job to identify groups of people who need help and do something about it. And he's elected not to. He's decided he does not want to. And the Trump administration has decided that anything that involves minorities in any way, whether that's racial minorities, ethnic minorities, the LGBTQ plus community, anyone who is not white or a guy, just lump them all in together and do not deal with the problems. And anything that addresses minority populations in any way is just DEI. It's ridiculous. And it shows that it's hurting the country anytime you bring it up. Like with the Congresswoman. I mean, I could go back to the video, but she's 100% right. And we showed the statistics about how black women have a higher maternity mortality rate than white women, and that the secretary is not doing anything about it. He's just like, oh, well, we brought it down across the board. But it is still worse for black women. And the government has decided that it's not the government's problem when it really should be. They're the ones that make all the regulations and put out all the policies regarding people's health care. But, you know.
Committee, Jessica resigned in December after she says infighting left them suspended right before session.
They took Florida's voice away at the state level.
While Moms for Liberty touts about 300 active chapters nationwide with about 130,000 members across the state, these ex-chairs say the growing frustration over a lack of local support is leaving more and more members.
And it's true. The Trump administration is DEI for white people. It just fucking is, man. I don't know how many incompetent motherfuckers they got in there, but it's a lot. And they're starting to drop like flies.
Walking away. In Florida, the state with the most chapters, several have shut down, others have no leadership, and we've confirmed some identified as active on the website aren't and haven't been for about a year.
It's happening in South Carolina, it's happening in Pennsylvania, it's happening in Georgia, Indiana, and those are just a few.
I feel like we were used.
Michelle Smyers led her branch in Adams County, Pennsylvania since the start.
This is gonna go great with the website, with the Leaving MAGA website.
She recently called it quits over the group's DC focus and growing questions about its money.
I mean, there's a lot of money being raised, but for what? I don't know.
Since it began, the organization's reported revenues have shot up from just over $370,000 in 2021 to nearly $6 million in 2024, according to tax filings. Deskovich says the money comes from large and small contributors.
We do online fundraising, so
like the Heritage
small
Foundation.
donations, grassroots organizations, a couple larger funders.
As for its membership, Deskovich chalks up the exits to typical turnover for volunteer nonprofit.
This is hard work and it's volunteer work. And so there is turnover all the time. We actually
Now, I will admit that political groups, politically minded nonprofits, and like political action committees and all that, they do have a big amount of turnover, right? You know, people come and go, especially in volunteer organizations, campaigns and whatnot, they come and go. However, the stories aren't usually, well, this person's fighting with this person and these people don't agree, so they're fucking leaving, and these people were thrown out for various reasons. Like, it's usually a lot more civil and a lot less argumentative.
We have a full-time employee that just helps chapters transition from leader to leader.
Do you walk away with good feelings or bad feelings, or somewhere in between?
Yeah, somewhere in between.
5 years later, these former members say they've moved on, still championing parents' rights, but closing the book on Moms for Liberty.
The day that I actually walked away, I was really sad.
It's sad. It's sad that it ended.
I hope that it gets back to where it was when we were in 2021, when it was all about the volunteers and all about the chapter chairs and growing and helping parents and helping families and children, and not just having a seat at the White House.
You know, this reminds me a lot of, for people who live in America and maybe some who know a lot about American politics, this reminds me a lot of the Tea Party. A lot of the Tea Party. The Tea Party started out as this like small grassroots organization railing against tax increases or whatever it was. And then they almost immediately get co-opted by the Koch brothers and the Heritage Foundation and these other organizations that sort of like ballooned the organization into this like pseudo political party. Right? There were a lot of senators and congressmen who ran as Tea Party members. Ted Cruz comes to mind. I think Marco Rubio. There was a whole bunch of them. And the Tea Party got sort of enveloped by these major... Sorry, there was a noise and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's my dog sleeping. There were a lot of... The Tea Party got enveloped by the Republican Party as a whole and eventually became the MAGA movement, right? The disaffected Tea Party people who didn't get thrown out became MAGA. And then Moms for Liberty is sort of the same genesis, I think. It started out as like this small grassroots organization trying to do whatever the fuck they were doing. Christian nationalism, I assume. And then they get, you know, subsumed by the Heritage Foundation. They get bought out by these big donors. And then, you know, the original members of Moms for Liberty, whatever their intention were, a lot of them are gone now because it's not the same thing as it used to be. And that's the same thing that happened to the Tea Party. It wasn't the same thing it was in 2015 that it was in 2010 or 2011. The Tea Party was formed largely to oppose Barack Obama's presidency and the ACA and all that stuff. But then it got fucking co-opted by big money political donors from the Republican Party and became MAGA. And a lot of the original Tea Party people, they don't exist anymore. They're gone. So this is a great example of grassroots organizing getting fucking astroturfed by these huge donors and, you know, think tanks like the Heritage Foundation and whatnot too. Because that's exactly what happens. And then you'll see all these like Moms for Liberty chapters popping up all over the place, but they've already been co-opted. They're already so far away from whatever their crazy original goal was that it's already now in line with whatever the Heritage Foundation wants. That's how American politics works, I guess. If, you know, because of Citizens United and all that. So, little lesson for you. And by the way, so I kept mentioning this website. For all those Moms of Liberty people who, oh man, you got thrown out of the organization and you're really upset about MAGA. Leavingmaga.org. We empower people to tell their stories about leaving MAGA. We foster reconciliation with friends. This is, who posted this originally? This is very like, we're saving you from the cult. Here are some people that have left MAGA here. Dear MAGA Americans, this is not the Bin Network does not approve this message. I don't know what it is yet, but we don't, you know, I'll read it, but disclaimer. McKinnon. Oh, you guys found my website. By the way, if you want to view McKinnon's actual work, scan the little QR code at the top left corner here and buy some Bin's merchandise. We have merch. Get a Tim's hat. Dear MAGA Americans, I was a devoted member of MAGA Nation for several years. It made me feel I was part of something important. A movement that I thought was trying to save American democracy. But starting in 2021, I wonder what happened in 2021. I realized that I had been mistaken. And it took me a full year to finally break free. And during that time, I came to understand MAGA is sustained by a series of myths that are intended to create perpetual feeling of desperation and panic. Oh boy. Sorry, whoever this is, Rich. Sorry, Rich. 2021. Yeah, the beginning of the Biden administration is when you realize that. Oof. Succumbing to these predatory myths does not mean that you are unintelligent, weak, or lack good character and morals. I have a bachelor's degree, and I've been a working professional my entire life, a family man, and consider myself a relatively honest and intelligent person. I think the same about you. Okay, reasonable. Not all MAGA are, the worst, I suppose. I understand the reasons you have for supporting MAGA. And I know many of us travel different paths to get here. This person gravitated to Donald Trump because they have always been suspicious of our two-party system. And rightly so for the two-party system stuff. You should always be suspicious of it. Neither party truly represents America. Where was I? Oh, and he saw him as the right man at the right time. That was his mistake. It's perfectly okay to feel this way. Leaving MAGA was a tumultuous roller coaster of a process for me. It may be one of the most difficult endeavors you embark upon. Boy, this is a fucking cult. In the end, it brought me inner peace, and I found clarity about what is happening in our beloved country. I founded this organization, Leaving MAGA, because I wanted to create a safe, judgmental community for those who leave MAGA, as well as for those who are having doubts about, remorse over their devotion to Trump or MAGA. Our Leaving MAGA community will celebrate how acknowledging mistakes empowers you and America. So, I like the idea of this nonprofit organization. It sounds silly, but for a group as dedicated, look at all these people who left MAGA. I want to know your mission statement. Tell me. We already heard Rich's story. Okay, we'll see the press kit. Oh. Well, anyway. I like the idea. It sounds a little silly. But if that's what people need, that's what they need. I'm not gonna poo-poo this sort of thing. I wish them luck, and I hope they get some people to leave the fucking cult. So let's do our Constitution. The amendments to the Constitution. We are on amendment number 12. The 12th Amendment to the Constitution. Oh, and thanks to Viper Scott for the Civics donation to the show and the Super Chats all the time. The 12th Amendment to the Constitution regarding the election of President and Vice President. Yes. And as always, where is it?
Read history. You learn from history.
Ooh, I got 2 new ones.
I doubt it.
And
because you are making the president look bad.
and that one will get lots of use. The 12th Amendment of the Constitution was passed by Congress December 9th, 1903, ratified June 15th, 1804. This is pretty close to the founding of the country.
What the fuck?
Mikey, what the fuck? What?
What the fuck?
What?
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
I was guessing what you were going to say.
Mikey.
Because you are making the president look bad.
Who is that?
That is Congressman Ruiz.
No. Play it again, I'm a guess.
Because you are making the president look bad.
Oh, that's the Comer?
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Sounds like Mike Flood, low key.
Oh, and I also got I was told to get this one by the chat.
I doubt it.
we did a whole bunch of RFK because he is a bad man.
Hi everyone. I'm enraged. I hate this time of year because I can't breathe normal air. I die from normal air. So I've been sneezing for 72 hours. I haven't been able to breathe properly. I've been inhaling and pill taking to try to fucking breathe because someone decided to cut the fucking grass. And my body has been in shock ever since. So 1,000 space pardons. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I see you guys out there. Just holy shit. I've been in it, man. Like my ears have been, I felt like I went to around the moon. Like my ears have been popping so much. I haven't been able to understand what anybody's saying. I did not drink no, I did not. I did not drink no raw milk. I think I'm starting to lose my lactose ability because I stopped eating it all the time.
Oh.
My body's kind of forgetting.
Uh-oh. Welcome to the club.
J.K. Rowling accuses exceptionally arrogant Alastair Campbell and Rory Stewart of dripping with classism and misogyny in gender row. Come on, lady. You see, Allie's got that. Mike, you need some Scottish clean air, my friend. I'm with you. Let me over. Let me over. Because there's about to be some problems out here.
So we were watching earlier Rachel Maddow talking about all the Trump administration departures, and the most recent one, the labor secretary over her and her husband abusing staff members. But one of the things she mentioned was that the ICE director, Todd Lyons, he's gone too, and that he got into a bit of a scuffle with your congresswoman.
Yeah.
And now that you're here,
whoop his ass, Seabass.
Now that you're here, I found it. I'm gonna play it.
Underwood.
Anyone to die in custody
of ICE.
To no one die in custody? I hope that's a policy of anyone that has to be tasked with detaining somebody.
It's not a policy. I'm just asking, are there any policies within your agency? Last summer, your agency's got $140 billion in the big bill. And you're obviously not using it to surge any kind of basic medical care to detainees or adequate training to your agents.
Can you pause real quick?
Still waiting for answers to basic.
Wasn't the healthcare subsidies 80 billion or was it 800 billion?
I think it was 80 billion. I think it was 80 billion.
And y'all just gave this money to ICE? Like, this is like when she says the numbers, I feel like people just kind of like gloss that over. It's like, just think about that for a second. Something we never had to put additional money into suddenly needed $140 billion. Of course they're gonna steal that shit. They're fucking thieves, dude. And this is something maybe you didn't like cross-section on. Bro, y'all have to understand the Tea Party was replaced by thieves.
Yeah.
Thieves. They fucking bullied the shit out of the Tea Party, kicked them out of there. Michael Steele, and all the rest of them people that were just, trying to do conservative values. They were very boring, very bland, but they would win some races. These motherfucking MAGAs came out here. Oh yeah, Ted Cruz, your wife's a fat bitch.
Yeah.
And these little idiots sold out their own party because they wanted the WWE heel.
Yeah.
They want to pick the bad guy. Let's see what happens when we pick your fucking country is on life support.
Is defending cankles, McTaco tits, and owning the libs. That's their.
Some of us like to be abused, like that might be our kink. You don't know. Keep yelling at us in the chat. My guy worked in a dusty, musty, smelling old shit. Is that my armpits you're talking about? A hold yesterday and woke up congested and crusty. I was all over. Oh man, yeah, I can't do those environments. I'm too pure.
He's too pure.
I can't take your horrible earth conditions.
Dave, that sounds horrifying.
That sounds scary, low key. If I'm in a ship's hull, I'm like, there's a ghost in here.
They said they wanted the kayfabe. That's what they want. They want the kayfabe, man. The MAGA has its own kayfabe. Oh my god. Oh man, it's a think piece now. I'm writing it.
The Kayfabe of MAGA by Tim Bristol. Forward by Mikey Famine.
Oh boy.
Questions I asked both of you in January, 2 months ago, about the cost of Operation.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. I haven't been able to show since Thursday, so excuse me. Trump's got to pay money for his brown shits somehow. I like it. And then there's so many hoops they have to go through, or they keep all your money. If you leave, not only do you not get your bonus that they paid you, they make you pay it back. They start garnishing your wages if you leave. Bunch of volunteers, huh? Now you know, stupid fucks. We told you not to do it.
And we watched the video that you posted about the Moms for Liberty stuff.
Okay.
And I guess that's where the conversation stemmed from, is like the same exact thing that's happening to Moms for Liberty happened to the Tea Party.
Yep.
And
they were together.
Right.
But then the Moms for Liberty were part of the Tea Party that took over all the school boards.
Right. But they split off. And then they both got eaten by these huge political donors.
Yeah.
Who had their own agendas. And that's how we got Ted Cruz.
Yep, more or less. We were unloading a 60-foot I-beam, 25,000 pounds at a time. Super fun, not dangerous or filthy at all.
That
sounds dangerous and filthy.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous and filthy.
I'm glad you put the smirk in there. I was like, oh, okay. Sounds safe. Sounds nice. Miss Underwood? The floor is yours.
Appropriate more funding to a department that kept waiting for answers to basic questions I asked both of you in January, 2 months ago, about the cost of Operation Midway Blitz. Why would we appropriate more funding to a department that can't even tell us where the money's going?
Hello.
Now you're here with your handout, asking the American taxpayers for even more money. Enough is enough. This committee cannot keep bankrolling these atrocities, not another penny. How many people have died in ICE custody on your watch?
44, ma'am. 25 this fiscal year.
Okay. We understand that ICE records list 45 under your leadership and 49 total since President Trump took office. I would encourage you to remain current on those lists. And how does that death rate on your watch compare to your predecessors?
So, ma'am, to your point, it is the highest because we do have the highest amount in detention that ICE has ever had since its inception in 2003.
Okay, so what I hear you testifying before this committee is that ICE has never had a deadlier year since 2025. And more people are dying than ever before. And with the death rate so far this year, you're on track to break that record. And yet we've not had a real explanation.
Who's operating the camera?
Bumpy.
People are dying than ever before. And with the death rate so far this year, you're on track to break that record. And yet we've not had a real explanation in the Congress or the American people why more people are dying. Just simply saying that there's more detainees. I mean, you have more officers, you have more resources. And so that's not, in my opinion, a valid rationale for why the death rate would be increasing. So the San Francisco
someone just fucking elbowed the camera. It's like, dude, that's my shot.
They tripped on the cord. It just pulled it. It's like, ah, shit.
Cameraman's like, what the fuck?
I told you to tape that cord down. Tape it down.
Worked with medical experts to
sorry, I'm a lot of gaffer's tape. God.
I didn't want to use
the death
duct tape because it leaves stains on the carpet, and I got yelled at last time.
And found that, quote, people routinely died in custody without ever being seen by doctors, even as they begged for help. Mr. Lyons, does ICE have any specific internal goals or policies regarding deaths in custody?
Yes, ma'am, we do. And ICE alone has spent almost $500 million last fiscal year that this committee has given us to ensure that people have the proper medical care. Everyone has a complete physical with it.
$500 million, and motherfuckers can't get in. And they can't even get insulin.
Yeah,
they
right.
Can't even get insulin, and you talk about $500 million.
You got literal concentration camps set up where people are dying from the conditions of those camps, and you spend $500 million on it.
They can't count alligator Alcatraz as a medical cost. Sorry, brother. Y'all keep giving these motherfuckers your money if you want to. This is what they're doing with it, as opposed to, I don't know, kids eating.
Yeah.
15 days, and you're seen by a medical professional in the first 24 hours.
Right. So, that's about medical treatment. My question is about policies or goals regarding deaths.
Well, as far as what, ma'am?
Representative Underwood is a nurse
any
by
internal
trade.
Policies or goals regarding the number of deaths in custody? That's something that perhaps we can work on together, because I believe, particularly given the death rate, that should be codified, maybe a memorandum from your office to all ICE employees.
Yeah.
NBC News reports that ICE has chosen not to report details on deaths in custody since mid-February. What specifically is stopping you from continuing to report during a shutdown?
No, ma'am, we are reporting. We are working on that timeline.
Yeah.
We are reporting up to Congress, and as well as to put it on our public website when we are.
Okay, so when's the most recent report that you're aware of?
Oh, shit.
I'll give it to staff and get you that, ma'am.
Okay, because
you should
as
know
you
that,
can
dude.
tell, this.
Yeah, he should fucking know that.
If you do it on Fridays, you should just say Friday was the last one we put out.
By the way, this dude fucking quit. He quit.
Hell yeah, he quit.
Yeah. And what the reporting is that he was having like fucking panic attacks over doing this shit.
Underwood gonna get your ass.
Committee
you
is
better know what
only
your
aware
job is,
of the
motherfucker.
NBC News reporting, which on the public website lists mid-February. And in my opinion, it is unacceptable that this transparency is being deemed non-essential. When an NBC News reporter asked why you had stopped posting information about your investigations into deaths in custody, a department spokesperson said that the delay was, in quote, due to non-essential reporting. Mr. Lyons, is there a legal basis for that claim that investigating deaths in custody is non-essential?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Woo, that hurts.
Let's work together to change that and to update that public reporting as soon as possible, perhaps by the end of the week.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Now, one man died when his HIV was left untreated for months. Another man died.
We spent $500 million on medicine. We spent $500 million on medicine.
They are effing pathetic.
Did you put the medicine in its full box form up your ass? Like, what the fuck is going? Like, how are people dying of fucking shit we have fucking shots for? We have pills for. What the problem is?
Untreated for months.
That's insane. That's one of the worst fucking ways to die.
Jesus.
Fucking torturing people. Y'all keep voting for this shit if you want to.
After detention staff saw him have seizures, yet waited over an hour to call an ambulance. How many staff are employed?
Dude's having a seizure, and you're like, we'll give it a few minutes.
I was about to take my 15.
Yeah.
But
can we do it?
I guess
Can we do it after my break?
I'm gonna do it after my break. Well, I was gonna call right after I got back from my break, but then there was like someone threw up, so then I had to clean that up. So then, like, yeah.
And then also shit like this happens.
Yeah. Like these motherfuckers are in a death cult. If you do not want to be in the death cult with them, you better get on our side now.
And if you would like help getting out of the death cult, go to leavingmaga.org.
That island boy, you was in MAGA? Oh, he from Nigeria. Boy, what you doing? Look at your last name. They gonna hunt you down, fool. What you doing?
Look at all these people who've left MAGA. You can read their stories.
This looks like ChatGPT than a motherfucker. Look at all their pictures. Their pictures are so squared. You know, like they're all the same distance away from the camera. Everything.
This is an actor's headshot. Come on. Danny Collins. That's
I bet you there's no Danny Collins doctor. Danny Collins, Florida doctor.
Yeah, stock photos for sure.
Oh no. He's a real person.
He's a real person?
Oh, hold on. Where's his picture at? Oh, hold up. Hold up. What y'all doing over here? How come he ain't got no picture? Oh, hold on. Go back to where you were. It says that Dr. Daniel Collins, MD, has 60 years of experience. This motherfucker got 60 years?
He was born in 1983, so no.
So I'm gonna guess no, right?
Oh, he's got a video. Maybe he is a real person.
Click it.
And I'm Danny, and I left MAGA.
Hey guys, Rich coming to you here, leaving MAGA.
Okay. Well, he ain't got no website. And there's a 6-year-old one.
Well, he's apparently real. I take it back. He's fucking real.
The child psychiatrist is the old one, I guess.
Oh, and they work with Midas Touch, huh?
Yeah, I remember them starting the show up a while back.
Huh.
So this must be the website preceding the show.
Look at the cap in the chat.
Check out walkaway stories of all the Democrat. Are you okay? Who have left the blue? Well, Consuelo Castanuela. I don't think you're a real person because Consuelo doesn't look like this person's name. Just doesn't.
Anyway, back to Todd Lyons getting stomped on.
At ICE's Office of Detention Oversight.
I can get you that specific number, ma'am. One thing that we have increased, though, is we haven't gone back to increasing we have for our detention standards. So if I can go back to
Mr. Acting
Lyons.
Director, yes. We are familiar with the detention standards. Those are publicized. What is not publicized is what's going on at the watchdog agencies who are in charge of enforcing said standards. And listen, if the office exists on paper and there are no staff, well, then we know that that accountability is not being provided to the office. And so please do get back that information. And our office would be delighted to offer the American people that transparency. Okay, so perhaps you might just want to put out a press release with that information. At the end of the day, it's clear that American people, American citizens, are not safe from your agents. During Operation Midway Blitz, which happened in my home state of Illinois, CBP deployed specialized
Illinois.
You are such a troll.
tactical units called BORTAC and BORSTAR into residential areas in Illinois. These units are equipped for military-style counterterrorism operations. They're untrained and totally unfit for civilian law enforcement in densely populated areas with families, schools, and churches. And your agents use tear gas, pepper balls, tasers, and physical force against civilians, including protesters, journalists, and clergy. Dozens of people, including U.S. citizens like Renee Good and Alex Preddy, have been shot or killed by ICE and Border Patrol agents since you both took office. And in many cases, body cam footage and other forensic evidence often contradicts your agency's versions of events. And over, we've seen no consequences. You can't or won't rein in your agents, and you are obstructing state and local investigations. It could not possibly be clearer that your agencies are out of control. The patterns of reckless, incompetent, cruel, illegal, corrupt, and unconstitutional behavior across your agencies and the total lack of accountability to Congress, the American people, and the Constitution, in my opinion, these are leadership problems, not funding problems.
Jesus, that's a... Huh. All right.
Next Star Media Group Inc.
Todd Lyons got fired because
you are making the president look bad.
Who'd you say that was?
Congressman Ruiz, I believe. He's a doctor. He was questioning RFK Jr.
Did you see that other doctor that was up there from Missouri, and he was like, "You're so smart, RFK."
Oh my God. No.
You're really opening it up so we can try new drugs. I used to be a practicing doctor. I'm like, oh my God, run, everyone, run.
No, where I got the quote from, the congressman brought up a report from Bloomberg saying that RFK has been like fucking shelved by the administration because he's making the president look bad.
Yeah.
With his fucking weird ass Kid Rock videos.
Yeah, that was the problem. The Kid Rock video.
Well, that's what the president thinks is the problem.
Did we play that video? That lady going completely off on him?
On who? On Kid Rock?
No, on RFK.
For?
Hold on. Oh man.
Because I got a congresswoman going off on him because he refused to acknowledge race when it came to mortality rate among black women.
So stupid. Like, this dude's like legit awful.
While Mikey's doing that, we'll get through one of these amendments. So the 12th Amendment.
Oh, there's some bangers here.
Electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for president and vice president, one of whom, at least, shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves. Okay. They shall name in their ballots the person voted for as president, and in district ballots the person voted as vice president, and they shall make a distinct list of all persons voted for as president and all persons voted for as vice president, and the number of votes for each, which list they shall sign and certify and transmit sealed to the United States government, directed to the president of the Senate, which is the vice president.
The president tempore.
Nope. It's just directed to the president of the Senate, which is the vice president.
Oh.
The president pro temp is just the guy who runs the Senate when the vice president's not there.
We are I don't know the rest of it. I'm already cracking up at that point. Like, if anyone ever had, like, damn, his whole legacy is going to be a troll video.
Yeah.
For like 100 years, and people are going to have to like look up what it means in like Urban Dictionary 3. Like, they're going to have to like, oh, what are they talking about? And it's like, I just know that weird song. Oh. That's how it be.
The president of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and the House of Representatives, open up all the certificates and the votes, and they shall be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes for president shall be the president. Wow.
And this is where you slip in fake ballots
and fake electors.
With fake electors.
I'm sure the fake electors thing is in here somewhere.
We'll have to read the other version.
If such number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed, if no person shall have the majority, then from the persons having the highest numbers not exceeding 3 on the list of those who voted for president, the House of Representatives shall choose immediately by ballot the president. So if we do not get the majority of the Electoral College, which is the electors, then the House of Representatives votes by simple majority for president. If there's no consensus, then the House gets to choose. And it's happened exactly once.
What? With who?
And that was you can find that story in the musical Hamilton.
Ugh.
Yeah. No, it was Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr.
Oh, so when like 17 people voted.
That's why this was passed. This is exactly the reason why this amendment exists.
Yo, they tried to take the rules for when there was like literally 50,000 Americans. And they tried to like use that little like intricacy of the rule to send in entire adults who are not the person designated on this paper. Like, remember that time Thomas Jefferson and Burr? You remember that? What if we put our own electors in there with fake ballots? That way, when they do this step, it'll say us. I don't know if Ted Cruz will approve of this. I approve.
So what happened was in the election of 1804, there was an electoral tie in the Electoral College between Jefferson and Burr. And it came down to the House of Representatives, and they voted for Jefferson at the direction of Alexander Hamilton.
I just don't get why that Puerto Rican dude be having them slave owners rap. It's like, bro, that's not theirs, man. They don't get to touch that.
And if the House of Representatives shall not choose a president, whenever the right of choice shall devolve upon them before the 4th day of March next following, then the vice president shall act as president. So if the House can't come to a consensus, then the vice president is president. I didn't know that one. As in the case of the death or the constitutional disability of the president. So that was added in way back in the 25th Amendment.
Yeah.
This was added into the 12th Amendment from the 25th Amendment.
Other way around, but I get what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I smell what the Tim is cooking.
Because we went through them backwards. The timeline is reversed in my head.
That is the beginning, Tim. First, you have to unlearn.
The same thing applies to the vice president. The same voting rules applies to the vice president. And no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be elected to that of the vice president.
See, and that's the sentence that I keep forgetting is in this one and not the articles of the Constitution.
Yeah. Yeah. So they added in.
You can't be president. You can't be vice president. So that's why I was like, oh, he'll just have Trump as V. I was like, that's against the other rule, stupid. And they're like, no, it's not. I don't know what you're talking about. It's right there. But no person constitutionally ineligible to the office of president shall be eligible to that vice president of the United States.
For the very reason of if the president is no longer president, you get to be president again for
loophole.
Yeah, no loophole.
I just keep I run for vice president and then I assassinate the my president.
Right, exactly.
And then I become the president and they keep falling for it.
Question from the chat. Chrissy, who's been a great help today, by the way, in Mikey's absence.
Democracy.
The American electoral system not fit for purpose in the 21st century?
I've never had my flabbers so gasted.
Yeah, we need to do away with all that shit. The electoral college needs to fucking go away. Popular vote the president and just fucking be done with it.
Popular ranked choice.
Yeah, popular ranked choice. Done.
Easy.
Complicated bullshit.
And straight up, I think that's the simplest way to at least decouple most of these leeches out of our system. It'll just cut off their blood supply completely. Because I think it truly democratizes everybody's votes. I think people would care more, and I think turnout would be higher. But with the electoral college in a big city, what the fuck is the point of me voting? There is no way my person is ever going to lose, ever.
70% of Americans don't live in a state where their vote matters for the electoral college. You either live in a majority party that is not your party state, like say you're a Republican in California or a Democrat in Texas, or you just live in a state that always votes for whoever. Like you live in a state that's, if you don't live in a battleground state, no one's going to show up.
It doesn't matter. Like literally it'll be you and 12 other people. Like some of these county positions, you look at the vote totals, it's like 30-14.
Oh, ceasefire's over.
They're just looking. They're just looking.
Yeah. So this one's a not too remembered amendment to the Constitution, but somewhat
we can sue their ass.
Suits against states. The judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens of another state, or by citizens or subjects of any foreign state. So basically, you can't apply suits from states that you don't live in.
I'm sorry, America, you need to show up to court on next Wednesday. I am suing you.
Yeah, exactly.
America, please show up.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just go around and knowingly sue other states.
Denver,
or
you need to show up to this meeting right now.
And that's it for that one. Ooh,
Why
we're gonna
you need to call me back?
we're gonna get to the Big Ten, Mikey. The Big Ten.
Oh yes, this is a good one.
The 10th Amendment of the Constitution.
I need some water.
The Bill of Rights. We're in the Bill of Rights, baby. Rights reserved to states or the people. This was signed when the Constitution was ratified, September 25th, 1789. Ratified December 15th, 1791. It is one of the original 10 amendments of the Constitution. It is simply the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states and respectively, or to the, reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. So, this is the States' Rights Amendment that everyone's always fucking crowing on about. And what makes this so important is that constitutional scholars like to say that there are two kinds of rights given to either states or the federal government in the Constitution. There are implicit powers and rights, and then there are explicit powers and rights. Explicit things are things that are obviously written into the Constitution, as, you know, the first article of the Constitution is this, and the second is this, and the third is this. Those are explicit powers of the Constitution guaranteed to the federal government or states. Implicit powers are ones not explicitly given by the Constitution, but are given by this 10th Amendment. So basically saying that if the Constitution doesn't expressly give the federal government power to do something, then the states have the power to do it. And the Constitution does give states some rights into it, like the states run elections, states have the power to tax, stuff like that. But they also say the federal government can tax too. But this is anything that's not guaranteed in the Constitution to the federal government nor prohibited by it is given to the states as a power,
i.e. Texas,
or the people,
i.e. Florida.
Yeah.
Allowed to do their state as fucking weird as they want to.
Yeah, exactly.
They are allowed to be their own state, good, bad, or indifferent.
But
some states are better than others at doing their own thing.
This sort of creates a also a two-tiered system for how laws are applied, because then you have state laws and then federal laws, and federal laws do trump state laws. But as we have seen when it comes to enforcing like laws around drugs, the federal government can have a law banning a drug. Do they enforce it all the time?
When they get around to it.
Yes, states have the power.
States have the
power. So there you go, Viper Scott. There are your 3 amendments for today. And next time we'll do the 9th, 8th, and 7th amendments. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
All right. I can't believe you didn't see this one.
I found some good ones, but
this is why I make the big bucks, ladies and gentlemen.
The gentlelady from Michigan.
Because you stay up all night watching shit.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair, for holding this hearing, and Mr. Secretary. It is, in fact, true. I come from the great state of Michigan, and as you enter your 2nd year as our nation's Health and Human Services Secretary, I just had
zoom
few
in.
things I
Damn.
wanted to.
He just made us watch this lady transfer her nasty ass cold coffee. Go back. Play your damn thing. Oh.
And as you enter your 2nd year as our nation's Health and
She
Human
taking
Services
garbage out and
Secretary, I just
shit,
had a
bro.
few
Change
things
the
I wanted
angle.
to here today.
hell?
So in early 2025,
She
after
looks up.
confirmation, measles cases spiked in the United States to the highest level since 1991. Last year, we had over 2,200 cases in America.
What the
3
fuck,
people
guys?
died. 2 were children. Do I have that correct? Because according to the CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics, I do. During this same time,
That epidemic started before I came.
during
into
this
office.
same
Oh
time,
my
you
God.
questioned
oh boy.
the measles vaccine. And then in September, your handpicked vaccine panel voted against recommending the combined measles vaccine for children under 4. This is true?
It was dangerous.
We know
that
now that
particular
over
version.
90% of measles cases
He has
in
no
2025
degrees.
were among people who
Yeah,
were
that was pointed out to him
unvaccinated
several
or
times.
whose vaccination status was unknown. That's correct? According to
You
the
think we should have
CDC,
given
it
a
is.
dangerous vaccine that all the
In
science
just the first 3.5 months of 2026, the year we're in right now, we've already seen an additional 1,700 measles cases. I assume you're aware of this, according to the CDC.
There's a global epidemic.
You have also pushed vitamin A as a treatment for measles. That is correct?
Yeah, every
According
major
to
health
the America's
organization in the world
Poison
recommends
Centers,
it.
vitamin A overexposure among children increased by nearly 40%. And in this time frame, children in the hospitals with both measles and unsafe levels of vitamin A has occurred, correct?
I'm not recommending unsafe levels. I'm recommending whatever.
Oh boy.
They're poisoning their kids because they're listening to him. He needs to go to jail forever. Like, I have no idea. Like, I understand the struggles of little persons. I get it. It's a lot. But for fuck's sake, you cannot be listening to this guy
At all. He is not. He. You know what? He is not an authority on how to take care of children.
And all you MAGA voters, I want you to remember this shit. We warned you.
All the science.
In just the first 3.5 months of 2026, the year we're in right now, we've already seen an additional 1,700 measles cases.
It is April 20th. It's April 21st. And we have 1,700 cases of measles. You want to get on the ball here, bucko? What are we doing? What's the measles plan? Vitamin A? Let's see how that goes.
Assume you're aware of this, according to the CDC.
There's a global epidemic.
Try to ignore him because he talks over her.
You have also pushed vitamin A as a treatment for measles. That is correct?
Yeah, every
According
major
to
health
the America's
organization in the world
Poison
recommends
Centers,
it.
vitamin A overexposure among children increased by nearly 40%. And in this time frame, children in the hospitals with both measles and unsafe levels of vitamin A has occurred, correct?
I'm not recommending unsafe levels. I'm recommending what every
The
major international
America's
health
Poison Centers,
organization
the
recommends.
American Poison Centers agrees. You characterized your response to one outbreak in Texas as a model for the rest of the world, even as the number of measles cases climbed. As Secretary of Health and Human Services, have you ever taken steps to undermine medical guidelines rooted in science? Because we can look at your record, sir.
Oh,
I serve on the science committee. At the beginning of this year, the CDC tried to slash the childhood vaccine schedule from 17 recommended vaccines to 11 before it was blocked by a judge. Hepatitis A, B, RSV, multiple vaccines were demoted. Do you dispute this charge, sir?
You think that we should recommend
These
interventions
vaccines
that have not been safety
have saved
tested?
countless lives.
Again, he has no medical training at all.
In the hell?
Like he graduated from, what was it, Yale? Environmental law.
Yeah.
The deepest connection he has to medicine is working with shitty fucking big pharma companies. Oh my God. He's got to get impeached.
This is sick shit.
At the beginning of this year, the CDC tried to slash the childhood vaccine schedule from 17 recommended vaccines to 11 before it was blocked by a judge. Hepatitis A, B, RSV, multiple vaccines were demoted. Do you dispute this charge, sir?
You think that we should recommend
These
interventions
vaccines
that have not been safety
have saved
tested?
countless lives. A 2024 study estimates that childhood vaccines have saved 1.1 million children's lives and prevented more than 500 million illnesses in the last 3 decades. Doctors, researchers,
Mikey,
and
hold on
medical
one
experts have
second.
spent
Oh,
years.
the vitamin A link.
I got it.
I wish
Bam.
there was a way for us to click links through the thing.
I know.
That would be really. Oh. Hey, StreamYard, if you're listening, we want to be able to click the links that people put in the chat from the host side.
Yes.
I want that feature.
Yes.
Add that feature, please.
Make it happen.
Democrats are revved up.
And end short. We'll tag them.
Good sources. Oh, let's see. Vitamin A, also known as retinol, has several important functions. It helps your body's natural defense against illness and infection. Your immune system properly work. Thanks, Viper Scott.
Viper.
Helping
Viper
vision.
uppercut. Oh God, could you imagine? Never mind. I can't.
It helps your vision in dim light, and it helps keep skin and lining some parts of the body, such as your nose, healthy. Insane in the worm brain.
Insane in the brain. Yeah, that sounds like a great
doubt
it. Here are some good sources of vitamin A. Cheese, which Mikey can no longer have.
Me and cheese are going down together, baby.
You're
fuck it, we ball.
Wait, where's the you're telling me button?
Tell me about it. So
yeah, me and cheese are going down together too. Eggs.
We do not care.
You got oily fish such as salmon, sardines, trout, herring, and mackerel.
Mackerels, holy mackerels.
Boring, Huey.
In my time, you don't get to talk.
Lumber is at a 5-year low, Congresswoman.
Reclaiming my time.
Let's just have
Fortified low-fat spreads. Not sure what that means.
Spreads. Gambling?
I don't know.
Flip.
Liver and liver products.
Ugh. I'm not an organ guy.
I'm not too much of an organ guy either.
I barely eat protein as it is. I'm not an organ guy. Come on, guys.
This is sick shit.
You can also
stupido.
You can also get vitamin A by including good sources of beta carotene in your diet.
Great. Go down to the fucking overdose symptoms. We're reading the whole thing.
Oh, you just want overdose symptoms? Fine.
Yeah, overexposure.
What happens if you take too much vitamin A?
Oh no.
Right. Hey, let me make it bigger.
Enhance.
There we go.
Just do pinch.
Some research highlighted here.
Tim, I'm over here.
How do you?
We should do that as a bit. Oh, that's funny. Just come up there. Or like Minority Report.
What is the research here? Oh, it's UK government research. Well, that can be more relied upon, I suppose. So, according to the government of the United Kingdom, this research suggests that having more than the average 1.5 milligram a day of vitamin A over many years can affect your bones, making them much more likely to fracture when you're older.
Awesome.
This is particularly important for older people, especially women who are at risk of osteoporosis, a condition that weakens the bones. If you ever eat liver or liver pate more than once a week, you may be getting too much vitamin A. Many multivitamins containing vitamin A and other supplements, such as fish liver oil, are also high in vitamin A. If you take supplements containing vitamin A, make sure your daily intake of food and supplements does not exceed 1.5 milligrams. If you eat liver every week, do not take supplements that contain vitamin A. So, taking too much vitamin A is bad for your bones.
Your data, dumbass.
Oh, man. I'm going to show this to Mikey when he comes back. That's messed up, Dave. Chris C. Supplements is by an overdose of vitamin A can cause severe headaches, dizziness, increased intracranial pressure, liver damage, bone thinning, coma, blurred vision, vomiting, joint pain, and death. The CDC, or the National Health Service, right? This is the National Health Service. The NHS has left those parts out. Left those parts out, they did. Just the bone stuff for them. Not all that other stuff. They just want you to know about the bone stuff. Bye, Diz. Tons of Mice says, if you take too much vitamin A, you never need to make it. You never make it to vitamin B or C. So, Mikey,
she wasn't eating her cereal. And I was like, what's going on? She doesn't like chocolate.
Oh. She doesn't like chocolate? What
child
doesn't like chocolate?
She doesn't like sugary stuff.
Interesting.
She likes fruit.
But she doesn't like sugar.
No. She wouldn't eat her birthday cupcakes.
I mean, good for her, I guess.
She likes, like, we gave her a banana with some of the frosting on it.
Ah.
We're like, happy birthday. Like, she won't eat it.
I mean, honestly, good for her. You know,
I'm sure it'll go away.
Yeah. Simply Secular Dave wanted you to see this.
Oh, I think you're fine. You say you're fine, but you're not fine.
And also, Chrissy says that they're leaving out the good parts here. An overdose in vitamin A can cause severe headaches, dizziness, increased cranial pressure, liver damage, bone thinning, which is the only thing they mention, coma, blurred vision, vomiting, joint pain, and death.
Uncertain death.
So the NHS, I'm sure at the direction of the Secretary of Health and Human Services, has left out all those important bits.
No, give it to the kids.
Yeah.
Load them up.
Yeah. And anyone, in case anyone wants to know, this is the research they were citing from. It's called a SAEN review of dietary advice on vitamin A by the UK government. Just so we cite all of our sources here.
I think I'm gonna start binge watching The Pit, but in
I
secret.
hear it's good.
It's supposed to be like really, really good, and I don't want to like just be the guy not watching it so I can not watch it. I'll get on board. You know what I mean? It's too late for all that. I'll just get on board. I'll just catch up.
Just like you never watch Firefly, even though Ollie wants you to.
I'm literally watching. I may have already watched it, and I'm just never going to tell him. Petty is as petty does.
Working to not only understand
I haven't seen it either,
but also prevent them.
But he's always
Your
on me.
actions restricting these vaccines have a grave impact on our country. And while you have waged war against established medical science, you've also attacked life-saving research on cancer and Alzheimer's. You have implemented measures that have raised costs, kicked families off their insurance, and made it harder to get coverage. You devastated rural hospitals. Look, to top it off, Mr. Secretary, I got a copy of HR 944. Do you know what it is? It's your impeachment articles, sir.
Woo!
You have abused your office. You have gutted America's public health.
Wait, go
and
back,
you have
go back.
sacrificed.
She pump faked him too.
It's your impeachment articles, you motherfucker. Hilarious.
This is gonna score high on Thursday. This is damn near a perfect run. We're looking at a fucking perfect S rank. A perfect S rank.
You devastated rural hospitals. Look, to top it off, Mr. Secretary, I got a copy of HR 944. Do you know what it is? It's your impeachment articles, sir. You have abused your office.
He said I could Google it.
I could Google it.
She says I got it right here.
You have gutted America's public health, and you have sacrificed our leadership in medical research and innovation. Americans today are less safe under your watch. Children are dying of diseases that we thought we had eradicated. You can smirk, sir, but I answer to the people of Michigan, and they have
Guys, that shit
you
just
should be
pisses me off, man.
ashamed. You should resign, and if you refuse, Congress should remove you from office. I yield back.
The gentlelady's time has expired.
Damn.
Torched.
Damn.
Efflambe.
Because you are making the president look bad.
Blew him up. And also, I saw the raccoon penis one.
National Cancer.
Adalita Grijalva. Finally, we get to see her up here. After fucking Mike Grinder Johnson decided to fucking swear her in, the piece of shit.
Did RFK spend an entire committee hearing fucking getting roasted
Yes.
by all the Democrats?
Yes, you were taking a break.
Oh my God.
It's chock-a-block.
Because I put up 3. I found 3.
Nah, dog. The whole joint was the belt to ass, beginning to end.
Damn. Yo, Unboxed is all going to be RFK getting roasted.
Mm-hmm. And I forget who it was that asked. He can't clear his throat. He has a neurological disorder.
Yeah.
So he has like partial paralysis in his throat. That's why it sounds like that.
That's not always how his voice sounded, unfortunately.
It's in his family. Like 3 or 4 of them have it now.
Yeah.
As the gentlelady from Arizona, Ms. Grijalva.
Thank you for your time today. I have to say, as I listen here, with all the health initiatives that you're espousing, I have grave concerns.
Is that Virginia Fox in a picture up there?
Where?
Look.
It might be.
Is that her?
It could be.
Ain't she alive? Is this breaking news? Like, what the fuck?
Did we just break news?
I thought she was still alive. They got her picture up on the wall.
I'm trying to play a fast one on us.
Tried to slip her out.
About the HHS bill, budget, and the cuts that are being proposed. I spent 20 years on a school board and saw firsthand how support systems children have or don't have outside of the classroom shape their outcomes. At the most basic level, children can't go to school if they're sick, they can't learn on an empty stomach, and their families can't get ahead if they can't access health care. I'd like to first talk to you about your proposed cuts to medical research. I was reading an article this morning that talked about your affinity to perform your own medical research. You apparently once cut the penis off a road-killed raccoon.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear that. That's not what I heard.
I was reading an article this morning that talked about your affinity to perform your own medical research. You apparently once cut the penis off a road-killed raccoon to study them later. You speak fondly.
Wait, them? More than what? Bro, you can't just be walking around looking for ran over raccoons cutting penises off. And then now you're supposed to be what, in charge of the baby's healthcare? No, he's got to go. No, Mountain Man's got, Davy Crockett's got to get the fuck out of here. Davy Crackhead's got to go.
Of medical research, yet your budget cuts show that the National Institutes of Health are going to get a cut of more than 12%. This level of cuts would halt promising research, force layoffs of scientists and research staff, and undermine America's global leadership in medical intervention and innovation.
He for sure wants to be out there on a range somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like out there fucking eating raccoon penis, swimming in the creek. You know,
nothing but jeans.
Always in jeans.
No shirt, no shoes, just jeans.
Just out there being the all-American boy. Like that's his
oh my God. I just realized
that's his
like,
euphoria.
Vladimir
Away from the
Putin,
cities. Yes.
Vladimir Putin and RFK Jr.
Same person.
Listen, I'm not advocating for the use of AI. But if someone can get a picture of RFK Jr. and Vladimir Putin riding on horses with nothing but jeans on.
They look like the fucking they look like the fucking ring wraiths in Lord of the Rings 1. Coming down the river full of horses. Oh, this shit. 2 ring wraiths with their shirts off and barefoot. Oh man, that's funny. Let's go back to the raccoon penis. I'm sorry. Stop laughing, everybody. This is very serious stuff.
Yeah, let's not laugh at the secretary again.
Quiet in the chamber, please. Quiet in the chamber. I lost it. I found it.
Quiet in the chambers. Cuts would halt promising research, force layoffs of scientists and research staff, and undermine America's global leadership in medical intervention and innovation. What specific diseases do you believe deserve less medical research?
Easy. Common cold. Why bother? You'll never hit it. You're aiming at a moving target. You'll never hit it.
Somewhat slightly related. I just saw a headline that said that the Pentagon is not requiring flu vaccinations for soldiers anymore.
Great. They'll be right out there on the front lines. Except they won't be. They'll be fucking sitting there with a fever.
I can't wait for the next influenza outbreak at a military post, I guess.
No, have them fight with a fever. It's fine. They won't die from it, you know. They'll be fine. I mean, we could just avoid that for like $1 a person.
I know.
Like, what is
Go ahead.
they're so stupid.
If we had obviously competent leadership that wasn't like, oh, vaccines are woke, then we could have a military that's not going to get sick at any point.
If he actually went to medical school, like starting like after his confirmation, if he would have just started medical school, I feel like he would stop half of his shit by now. If he had just started his education on day one of his employment or his appointment, perhaps he would know more than what he knows currently in like the first year. After first year of med school, he's got to have picked up something.
You would know something.
He could have started.
He wouldn't say things like, "I'm not afraid of germs. I've snorted cocaine off a toilet seat." Like, he wouldn't say things like that.
Hey, no, that needs all the money. How dare you?
DEI.
Okay, so
we got $1 billion.
Do you have a specific program, a specific disease that deserves less funding?
I would say we're putting $1 billion into DEI, and DEI research has never cured any disease. It's never.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's all he knows. That's all he cares about.
Aggressively stupid. Just aggressively stupid.
Less funding?
I would say we're putting $1 billion into DEI, and DEI research has never cured any disease. It's never produced any new drug.
Okay, so between February of 2025 and April of 2025, HHS canceled or froze more than $180 million in National Cancer Institute grants. Were you the one to approve these cuts to cancer grants, or did that come directly from the White House?
Ooh.
So I have a quick anecdote about that, actually. When that initially happened, when they were starting to cut these grants for this cancer research stuff, Yale New Haven Hospital in Connecticut is one of the primary hospitals for doing this kind of research, because Yale Medical School is a big medical school. The president of Yale called Rosa DeLaura's office, and I picked up the phone and I was like, oh, they went for the usual spiel. How can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. Rosa DeLaura's office. And he's like, yes, this is the president of Yale. I would like to speak to the congresswoman. And I said, hold on a minute. And I went to like whoever was there that was like way above me, because I was just answering the phones. And I was like, hey, the president of Yale's on the phone. He sounds freaked out. And they're like, oh, patch him through.
You're just going to hear, what is it? And then she's got all her.
Oh, the jingling. Yeah. Wait. Here, I can. Oh.
Yeah. Give me the phone. I'll deal with this personally.
But they were seriously freaked out. There were professors, medical professors calling from Yale. A $5 super chat from Tons of Mice. Tim's a Hat 2026. Hold on a minute.
They're pathetic. They are effing pathetic.
But and we would get, for the rest of the time that I worked there, we would get phone calls from medical schools and professors and NHS, people who worked for NHS and the health services, saying, we need this funding for cancer research. What the fuck is going on?
Right.
Like, one of them was like, if our funding dries up, this specific project is going to end, and it's important.
And then you have to remember, like, on the human side of that, those people can't just sit there and just, go out of their own pocket and pay for the electricity and pay for this and pay for that. Like, that lab has to close, and then those people have to go to work. And then they may or may not be able to drop everything and get back into it doesn't, right. You know what I mean? Like, if you break the chain of research, in the chain of knowledge keepers, how do we get that back?
Right. And when those research projects ends, you can't just fucking start them back up.
Yeah, it's not flipping a switch.
Giving the highest, one of the highest budget increases to NCI.
Can you just
in this
answer my
proposed budget.
specific question? Were you the one who approved those cuts, or did that come from the White House?
As I said, we are raising the budget for NCI for the National Cancer Institute in this budget.
Yeah.
It's one of the only agencies throughout my sub-agencies
Mhm.
throughout my entire agency that's receiving a raise.
Okay, so Secretary Kennedy, you have the responsibility to tell the truth to this committee, and here are some examples of cuts. In April of 2025, HHS canceled an NIH grant regarding strategies to reduce cancer and chronic disease in the Arkansas Delta. In 2025, a grant.
Did he say where?
This is not real. This is just not real.
Selective targeting of Arkansas Delta. In 2025, a grant selective targeting of pancreatic cancer was cut. In March of 2025, a grant, the automated digital imaging for cervical cancer screening. The list continues.
No, that's not real.
Arkansas is not a real place.
To go on. You've also noted that SNAP can be used to purchase whole foods. And we look at some of the recent data, just in Arizona, the district that I represent, 424 fewer people, including 180 children, have lost food assistance since the enactment of H.R. 1. My constituents are writing to me telling me that they're hungry and cannot afford food. As the Secretary of Health and Human Services, will you make a statement here today that you oppose?
Oh, he is 100% about to be on board. He loves kids. He wants them to eat.
Mikey,
it's good for them to eat food. He is totally on board for, the best preventative medicine, good nutrition. So he's going to be on board 100%.
Was hunger in this country?
Well, I oppose hunger in this country, and we're the first administration to be doing something about getting actually good food.
Thank you. I'm grateful that you're standing against.
Nice. It's the Tim's hat.
It's a Tim's hat. Shazadi's got a Tim's hat.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I got one coming. It'll be here on Thursday.
Oh no, then the universe is going to collapse in on itself.
I know. A Tim's hat.
Against the Republican hunger cuts. And if HHS spends $21 billion on physician training, yet only 1% goes to community-based programs like teaching health centers that actually reduce primary care shortages. Why are we underinvesting in the models that work?
For rural health?
For community health centers.
I just put $143 million into community health centers for physician retention. We also put $50 billion into the Rural Transformation Process program, which has a lot of money.
That is $150 million is a fucking drop in the bucket.
That is like nothing.
That is $0. That is a rounding error in government spending.
Right.
Yeah.
Rural healthcare frontline.
That's 3 patriots.
And physicians to retain them, to keep them, to do residencies there. It's unprecedented.
So just so you know, only 1% of the funding that you've talked about actually goes to teaching health centers and community health centers, and health centers lower costs and improve outcomes.
You asked about
Medicare
the problem.
patients.
We're trying to solve the problem of rural residencies and rural access to rural personnel, and we're doing more than any administration in history to do.
So unfortunately, there are 5 rural health centers in Arizona that are at risk of closure because of cuts from this administration. So what are you doing to ensure that every Medicaid patient can access a community health center?
There's 39 million Americans in community health centers, and my personal belief is that it's the most effective health centers in our country.
Absolutely.
What they're doing is better than any, and we're making big investments to make sure that they continue. We've raised the funding in this budget for community health centers, and then I'm finding other pockets of money.
So after you cut it, Now you're trying to act like, yeah, I'm going to increase their shit. She's talking about why you cut their shit in the first place, dickhead.
Yeah, honestly,
I literally have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
Funnel as I did last week, $135 million.
I would really like to see the data that shows that, because the rural health communities and health centers in my district are suffering greatly under this administration.
Well, I announced the program.
I yield back.
I announced the program in Arizona last week at a community health center.
I don't believe shit you just said.
Tons of My says, for $150 billion, you could buy the entire state of Arkansas and rename it Dumbfuckistan. If only he knew where Arkansas was, Tons. Or what it was.
He's not sure which timeline he's in.
All right. To get away from RFK for a minute. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Go away. There we go.
I gotta find.
Hey, there's other Trump people being grilled on Capitol Hill. This one is Trump's pick to be the Fed chair.
Oh shit, boss lady's here.
Been plagued
Shit.
Ranking Member Warren.
Thank you,
gross.
Mr. Chairman.
Gross, Tim
So the
Scott.
Fed has
Gross,
been
Tim
plagued
Scott.
by
Gross.
disturbing
Why is he
ethics
chair of Senate
scandals
Finance?
in recent years,
'Cause he's
involving
gross.
at least 6 Fed officials? So it's critical that the next chair have no financial conflicts, none. You have more than $100 million in investments that you have refused to disclose.
Because it is.
Because it is. I don't know why Trump thought that like blockading the strait would be a good idea at all. It's counterintuitive to what he wants.
And you leave all those boys and girls out there as targets.
Right. I mean, I guess technically they're not literally blockading the strait like ship to ship. They're still sitting out there in the sea, but they're like, hey, if any ship approaches, we're going to launch shit at it. So they are in the same place, but they're like, it's kind of like saying that they're filibustering, but then walking out of the room saying, we're all just going to filibuster together.
I object. Pieces out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
That was so good, man. Like, that is the ultimate fucking chess move.
But
he won.
Yeah, Trump is playing anti-chess.
He's eating chess pieces.
Yeah, he's out there eating fucking the board. He's gnawing on one of the corners of the board.
Every fucking time he moves one, he eats one. The board is just getting smaller and smaller.
To ethics officials and to the public. So let me ask, do the Juggernaut Fund or the THSDFS LLC invest in any companies affiliated with President Trump or his family? Companies that have facilitated money laundering, Chinese-controlled companies, or financing vehicles established by Jeffrey Epstein?
Senator Warren,
all of the above.
So let me first share a point of agreement with you.
Everything.
The Fed has two tools. One is its monetary policy, and the second is its credibility. And the scandals that you talked about, the ethics
Mr.
problems
Walsh,
you
I
talked
appreciate
about,
that, but I have
went to
very
the core of the
limited
credibility
time.
that has hurt the
Could you
Fed.
answer my question, please? I asked. You have $100 million in undisclosed assets. And what I'm asking is, are any of those with this outfit that invests in companies
World Liberty
affiliated with
Financial.
President Trump or his family, companies that have facilitated money laundering, Chinese-controlled companies, or financing vehicles set up by Jeffrey Epstein? It's a yes or no question.
Senator, I have worked tirelessly with the ethics
Ooh,
officials
it's not
at the
a
Office
no.
of Government
Yes,
Ethics.
and you have not
Come to an ethics
revealed
agreement
$100
with
million
them
in
and have agreed,
assets.
Senator, to sell all of my
That's not
financial
my
assets,
question. Mr.
including
Warren,
the
are you
Duquesne assets.
They
refusing
are
to tell
effing
us
pathetic.
if you have investments, for example, in vehicles set up to advance Jeffrey Epstein? Is that what you're telling us? You just won't tell us?
Senator, what I'm telling you is that those assets that you represent at
man.
this Juggernaut will be sold if I'm
All right,
confirmed
let me
before I take
follow up.
office and sign the oath of office.
Let me follow up on that. Will you at least disclose how you plan to disclose and divest these secret assets? I'm sure you understand that the public might question your motives if, for example, Billionaire Stanley Druckenmiller, who you honored in your opening
Drunken
segment,
muck.
and who makes a living
Drunken Miller.
guessing what the Fed will do next, cuts you a massive check for $100 million as you take the oath of office to become the new.
Why are we
Federal
over here
Reserve
being
Chair.
honest? I want $100 million
Senator, as
fucking
you
check.
know, it sounds like your fight might not be with me, but the Office of Government Ethics. I have come to full agreement with them and have agreed to divest all of those assets.
I'm asking
especially
you a very
those that you
straightforward
referenced
question.
before I
Mr.
take
Who
Ward.
knows what
office.
you're
And that
talking
is,
about, dingbat?
will
Damn,
you
answer what she
explain
asking.
how you divest those assets, or will you just collect a check for $100 million from someone whose whole business is betting on what the Fed will do?
As I said to the ethics officials at the Federal Reserve and the Office of Government Ethics,
I'll
and they
take
agreed,
that as a
I would
no
be
as well.
redeeming my
So
assets
Donald
before
Trump
I take
has
office.
made clear that he does not want an independent Fed. In fact, he has said, and I quote, "Anybody that disagrees with me will never be Fed chairman." And he's made clear that you are his sock puppet,
he's
saying
impartial.
last week that interest rates will drop, quote, "when Kevin gets in." Yeah, I think they do. Not when economic conditions change, we'll get lower rates. Not when the economy needs it. Nope. He said, when my guy, Kevin Warsh, is in there, we'll get the interest rates that I, Donald Trump, wants. So independence
Oh
takes
my
courage.
God.
Let's check out your independence.
They're gonna
and
fucking
courage. We'll
catapult
start
us into
easy.
a black
Mr. Warsh,
hole.
did
Yeah,
Donald Trump lose
yeah.
the 2020 election?
They're gonna really fuck up the economy.
We try to keep politics, if I'm confirmed, out of the
Another
Boy,
oh
boy.
Oh boy. I love it is so hilarious to watch Democrats ask these fucking guys this question. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? It's very easy to say yes.
I don't like to talk about politics.
We don't like to talk about politics at the Fed, even though it's a politically appointed position.
Oh, is that a politician that appoints me? Oh.
Oh.
Is that who that?
geez.
Oh, that's a politic. Oh, I didn't know. I thought he just worked here.
We try to keep politics, if I'm confirmed, out of the Federal
I'm just
Reserve.
asking a factual question. I need to know, I need to measure your independence and your courage.
Senator, I believe that this body certified that election many years ago.
Oh
That's
man.
not-
Wow,
It's the
there it
same
is.
answer. It's the same answer all those judge candidates gave.
It was certified and Joe Biden was the winner.
Oh boy.
That's
I'm asking.
crazy work.
I'm asking, did Donald Trump lose in
That's gonna be
2020?
the
And I'm
door
suggesting
to
you
door.
I'm
That's
suggesting
gonna be the
you
door to
win.
door stormtrooper line. Who won the 2020 election? And you better say
Oh my
Trump.
god. Trump, oh my god.
Answer that.
Your huge inflation problem, and you certified the election.
So
We
let
need
me
to keep
ask you
politics
another
out of
question.
monetary policy.
In our meeting,
Monetary
you
won the
said
election?
you would
Politics.
be independent.
These
because-
nuts.
Is someone trying to say that Elizabeth Warren gets $12 million from the government? For what?
Who told you that?
She has $12 million on a government salary? Yeah. She wrote books. She gets speaking fees. They all fucking do. But her government pays $171,000 a year.
Yeah.
So?
Are you saying she can't earn money outside of? What are you saying?
Are you saying that she has a conflict of interest?
Right.
'Cause that's a problem. If she has a conflict of interest, that is a problem. But I think most of that money she's got is from fucking books and whatnot. Like,
Do
she
you
wrote 2 books.
do you read books?
Nope.
Did you know she wrote books? Do you
She
know
gets-
people? You know some people buy books still. Did you know that? And they're
Yeah,
like $20. They're like $20.
Mikey's favorite book, Abundance. People buy that one.
Oh, it's in the turlet. My current turlet book is about the fucking birds. Birds are not real.
Here, I got one that I was reading.
Story of mass genocide.
The
Oh,
Siren's Call by Chris Hayes.
oh, that actor Chris Hayes,
Yeah, that actor Chris Hayes. Yeah.
the actor from The Voice.
Anyway, a good book, by the way. Siren's Call. It's about how our attentions are destroyed by social media. But continue watching this show.
What government job do you think is supposed to be like a weekend thing? What are you talking about?
I mean, so here's the problem. And I do agree that Congress is too rich. There are too many millionaires in Congress. And the president is a billionaire, which is also a problem.
I still hold that he wasn't a billionaire until he got in there and started stealing.
It's probably true.
So he's even.
Because we live in an oligarchy.
Mm-hmm.
We just do. We live in an oligarchy, and it's a problem, and it's a whole thing with money and politics and all that. And if you're rich, it means that you got a better shot of winning government office. The problem here is that no one said that you can't take other money for after you've got your government job. Senator Warren can raise money other ways. And I don't personally like millionaires in Congress or in elected positions. However, I think the way that she got that $12 million of net worth is a lot different than the way Donald Trump makes his money. She's not trying to grift everyone with fucking Bitcoin.
So this is very interesting to me. This motherfucker clearly, we're talking just so that we can put this in context. This motherfucker has an undisclosed $100 million in assets. She's grilling him on it, and you're like, she has 12 million. And sure, maybe you have good questions. The timing is a little strange, don't you think?
Right.
You want this guy to be the Fed chair? This is a guy you approve of?
Also, that $12 million that she's theoretically worth is a guess. And most of her assets are retirement accounts. Because she's old.
She's very old.
And she was a professor at Harvard and Cambridge. And she has retirement accounts from various places. So she's one of the people that was like, Congress should stop trading stocks. You know, she's one of the people that's way better on finances and being in Congress than a lot of other motherfuckers.
Anyway, before the distraction crew showed up, let's dig more into this motherfucker's finances because I feel like they're trying to throw us off the scent. Go back a little bit. What are you trying to stop us from hearing? Let's look into Kevin Warsh.
I'm asking, did Donald Trump lose in 2020?
Since y'all don't want me to talk about
I'm suggesting you in 2020, the Fed made a huge inflation problem, and you certified the election.
So let me ask you another question.
Out of monetary policy.
In our meeting, you said you would be independent because you're, quote, a tough guy. Those were your words, tough guy. And you will be able to stand up to President Trump. So let's try it again. Name one aspect of President Trump's economic agenda with which you disagree.
Well, Senator, the Federal Reserve in recent years has wandered outside of its remit, wandered into other areas.
I'm asking for something
that's not something I'm prepared
with Donald
to do.
Trump on.
If I'm confirmed, the Federal Reserve should stay in its lane.
Just one little place where you disagree with Donald Trump.
Well, I do have a disagreement, actually, Senator, with the president. I think
apparently someone called him a sock puppet.
He said that he thought I was out of central casting. I think central casting, I'd look older, grayer, and maybe show up here with a cigar of sorts.
Quite adorable. But you need a Fed chair who is independent. That's the only way.
She patted his head.
Of the Federal Reserve. If you can't answer these questions,
little guy,
you don't have the courage and you don't have the independence.
I agree with you on independence.
Look at all these people in the chat squabbling over Elizabeth Warren's retirement accounts.
Oh, I see what it is.
That woman can't be telling. That woman has more money than me, and she's telling him not to have more money. This woman needs to stop.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I make more money per year than any Harvard professor and politicians, and I started my retirement at 25. I don't have that much. She wrote books. She made $2 million from books. She had other jobs before she became a senator and before she was a professor. She gets money for speaking fees. That's what a lot of these politicians do. She goes somewhere, they pay her $100,000 to speak.
Let them be mad. Let them be mad. Y'all can try to distract and talk about her finances all you fucking want. I didn't fucking vote for her. Did you?
Right.
Which one of you voted for her? What state is she from?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah. How many of y'all are in Boston?
Yeah, right.
Because I don't know if you've been going through the amendments with us, but what the fuck do you want me to do about her election, huh?
Apparently, she can't speak without being hypocritical or displaying TDS.
Great picture. I really respect your take on this with your complete anonymity.
Right.
Like you didn't even like pick like a spirit animal picture or some shit. Like I'm just going to say shit on the internet from a black square. Oh, okay. I will treat you. I will show just as much effort as you've shown to me.
And come on, this is the part that's crazy. They're saying that she seems hypocritical for acting like she's against things that she used to be for. In what context?
No.
In what context?
That is such a fucking reach.
Yeah, that is
such a fucking reach. Like, there's plenty of things that I don't like about Elizabeth Warren. You guys haven't named any of them because you guys don't know what they are because you guys have never watched her fucking content. You haven't been following her career, so you have no idea.
Right. You guys have no idea.
That's okay though. They'll learn. Hit subscribe. You'll learn some stuff.
Mike, you got another thing? Because I got one more thing, and then I probably got a you.
Oh, I thought this was funny. I couldn't find this, what's it called? The actual questioning or whatever.
Israel Public Affairs Committee, often referred to as APAC, shows up at your office.
This guy, Chris Rabb.
What will you do and why?
In Pennsylvania.
Fuck APAC. They're a racist organization and I will not meet with them.
That's Chris Rabb. He is running for
I was looking for that fucking meeting and it's like nowhere.
Congress on a platform that centers organizing, fair pay, getting corporate money out of politics.
For the record, that's how you use swear words, okay? Like Democrats would be like, I'm mad, fuck. Like that's different. Like that is not effective messaging, okay? Simply using a bad word is not going to have the same utility as saying fuck APAC.
We are complicit in a genocide right now with our taxpayer dollars. But here's the thing, if you can't name the demon, you can't kill it. If we can't say genocide, if we can't say the words, how are you going to entrust somebody to do the work when it matters most in the darkest times we've seen in a long time? You can't do it. You can't do it. You got to name the demon.
Hell yeah.
I gotta find the rest of that speech. I'm like, dude, where is it? So there's a teaser. Hopefully the rest of it is coming soon.
All right, Mikey, we're gonna end on a fun one.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
In the vast, weird, really right-wing media universe in the United States of America, there's a special and unique place held by an outlet called Infowars. And it's manic.
Oh no, Alex Jones, no!
It's peddled Baroque conspiracy theories alongside a really scammy trade in survivalist merchandise and hilarious supplements that promise lots of things I cannot even say or describe on basic cable. Infowars isn't just one more thing in the weird right-wing media world. For all its ridiculousness, Infowars has left a real-world trail that is not just toxic, I would argue it is evil. Specifically, Alex Jones's signature conspiracy theory that the 2012 massacre of school kids at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut didn't really happen, that it was a hoax and the kids who were all killed there.
Didn't you have to pay like $1 billion?
They never existed in the first place. It's insanity and unbelievably cruel.
Like $400 million.
As
or
Alex
some
Jones
shit?
repeatedly pushed that insanity on Infowars, some of his fans subjected the grieving families in Sandy Hook to years of online abuse and harassment and death threats. Years into it, in 2018, several Sandy Hook families sued Alex Jones for defamation. Juries found him liable. The families were ultimately awarded about $1.5 billion. But the families have never received a penny of that because Alex Jones declared bankruptcy after the verdict. A bankruptcy judge ordered that all of Infowars' assets, including intellectual property, the Infowars brand itself,
There's a complaint I can
needed to be
agree
sold
with.
off.
See?
There's a little research and you have a salient comment. Yeah.
It should be liable for affording things that aren't provable. They should lose their job. Us? Me? Mikey?
Oh.
Us?
Yeah, we work for us. So
Yeah, we don't.
Tim, I fired me.
Yeah, Mikey, you're fired.
Okay.
All right. Are we good now?
I think we're fired. Let's keep going anyway.
This is the opposite of free press, by the way.
To help Alex Jones satisfy those debts to the families. Well, you may remember about 1.5 years ago, we learned that the surprise winner of an auction of Infowars assets was the satirical news site, The Onion.
Oh,
yeah, I forgot. I forgot. Oh, that's so karmically just.
Your data, dumbass.
Got your IP, dumbass.
Alex Jones and Infowars would, of course, be a delicious punchline. The Onion.
Yeah, that's the
would
fucking
turn
problem.
Infowars.
Yeah, that is the problem.
That is exactly the fucking problem. Does it look like things are going swimmingly? Looks great from here, Alex. Like, what do you fuck? Of course it's. That's the fucking problem.
Into a parody of itself. Stop it from doing more harm. Start maybe repairing some of the harm that it's done. You might also remember, though, that almost as soon as The Onion got a hold of Infowars, they lost it again. Alex Jones challenged the auction. It's been tied up in court ever since. But then today, a breakthrough. This is the front page of The Onion tonight. Look, The Onion, Infowars.
Yo, how do I intern at The Onion? Not only do they have great reporting, but they get the story just so that they can mock it first.
Oh, man. I'm looking for That's a Real Shame, but I can't find it.
Wars. You can see the top story in the upper left there. At long last, Infowars is ours. You see the Infowars logo with the onion for the O in info on the upper right-hand side of the screen.
That's crazy.
The Onion today announced that pending final approval by a judge, they have reached an arrangement to actually truly take over Infowars.
That is top tier trolling by The Onion.
I kind of zoned out what they say.
Oh, here.
In the upper right-hand side of the screen. The Onion today announced that pending final approval by a judge, they have reached an arrangement to actually truly take over Infowars. The Onion's new Infowars page, like the original, is chock full of spam
it's an
ads.
onion.
Top tier trolling.
Dude, this is 50 Cent Ja Rule levels of petty. Holy
It
shit.
can only good happen.
Got his
The
ass.
scammy products include a Demon Guard patch,
Ooh.
24-hour holy protection from all dark entities, also
Wow.
Pure O oxygen capsules,
Oh, hell yeah.
as well as an offer
Look at him.
to
He's at the beach.
Damn.
Oxygen. Look at oxygen.
Does Matt Handy, do you not understand satire? Do you need help?
It's a joke. Oh my God, dude, don't ruin it, man. Matt.
Understand satire.
That's the point, Matt.
That's
Matt, you made us break kayfabe.
The Onion is literally fake news.
That's the yes.
Yes.
That's why it's called The Onion.
Oh no.
If you
Oh,
only knew how
Matt.
ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
I just like how Oxygen has a 2Y.
Optimal absorption and mind maximization. Oh boy.
I want to be at the beach.
We're not acting like The Onion is real news. We're acting like The Onion getting Infowars is real news.
It's funny.
It's hilarious.
It's funny that the joke site bought Infowars. That's why it's funny. Matt.
Come on.
Come on, man. Keep up.
Oxygen capsules?
I like that it's oxygen capsules as well. That's hilarious.
Pure.
As well as an offer to, quote, learn to float.
Holy
Discover
shit.
The secret.
I knew it.
This is all meant to do some.
I need to click that right
as well.
now.
Proceeds from the new Onion run.
I need to click it.
Learn to float.
I would love that.
Look Learn
at
to
the
float.
picture.
Discover the secret.
That's how you got to do it. You just got to believe, and you just fucking
gotta
arms back so you can't catch your face, and just dive. Or what if you started floating, but it was like feet up first?
Do you see the little pole down here? So there's a pole under that. I can't make it any. Here, hold on. There's a little poll down here that says, what should new Infowars be? Same thing, different thing, not sure, prefer not to respond.
They have a button for prefer not to respond. That's funny.
This is all meant to do some practical good as well. Proceeds from the new Onion run Infowars will go in part towards starting to pay off Alex Jones's incredible debts to the families of Sandy Hook. Joining us now is my old friend, Ben Collins, CEO.
We're not taking
of the
applications?
Onion. Ben, congratulations. Thank you so much for making time to be here tonight.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. It's quite a day.
What didn't I say about this that you want people to know? Or did I say anything about it that I got wrong?
No, you got everything right. I do want people to remember that it was 9 days after the election, the 2014 election, where we saw the burning building known as the Infowars auction and walked directly into it, knowing that likely no one else but Alex Jones is going to bid on that thing. And we won that auction, and then it was, held up in court for reasons no one understands. And, for 17 months, we were threatened by Alex Jones with the long arm of the Trump government, where he had a lot of friends. And,
He
thankfully,
was mad.
his families,
He was so
my
mad.
staff, everybody saw it through. And
he's still like fucking pissed about
That's
it.
his baby. They took his baby.
And they put an onion in the logo.
we're about to take over this thing and do something really fun.
Can you tell us more about what your plans are for Infowars? I mean, obviously you've got the Infowars website, but what else do you get? And what should we expect you to do with it?
The logo.
Yeah, we'll get everything inside of that way too vast studio in Austin, Texas.
Oh, they get the
I think we also get, like,
studio.
a rowing machine or something.
They get the studio.
Oh, bro, you get his desk and office and everything. He's got to be sick. He's got to be sick. He's not in his old. I thought he was back in his old studio. He had to
he
move.
can't be there no more. He doesn't own that anymore.
Oh, he about to be sick. They're about to start shooting all kinds of woke videos and shit in his desk.
I hope. My hope is that they will get an Alex Jones like impersonator.
Oh my, they would do that. Call him Jim Jones.
Oh my God. It would be so fucking hilarious.
They could just copy his show every day.
Oh, they could.
And just mock him.
Oh my God. And then try and sell those products.
This has the potential to be the greatest troll in the history of recorded speech. Like, this is a 5 million or 50,000 year burn.
Yeah.
We've never seen anything like this. Not since Glorg was schmong into the volcano. We've never seen such betrayal.
Oh boy.
This is
something in the inventory list. It's a little ridiculous, but we're excited to find out what's actually in there. Most importantly, though, we get to take over this name and look. Rachel, the way people get their information now has changed. They get it from people who tell you that you're like one enema away from solving world hunger or something. That's not actually true, but no one has really made fun of these people professionally yet. And thankfully, we got a really good professional comedian, Tim Heidecker,
coming to you live from the Gay Frog Studio.
Oh my God, yes.
I would totally name it the Gay Kermit Studio or some shit.
Oh boy.
The Gay Ribbit Studio. You see your homeboy was at WrestleMania?
Which one?
I Show Speed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He did some flippy stuff, man. He's a good athlete.
Yeah, that little motherfucker can dunk from like underneath the basket, just standing there, just it's like, what the fuck? What's wrong?
They had him do some. He didn't do much, but they had him do some dives and shit, and he can give him like a year, like Logan Paul. I fucking hate Logan Paul, but he's good at it. So
look forward to infesting your social media feeds with caricatures and grotesqueries of the very people who have ruined our media ecosystem over the last 10 years.
I have to ask, just because I've been obsessed with it for so long, are you getting all the supplements?
I think that's still up in the air. The first time around, we definitely were, and we were gonna boil it all down into one big pill. Now we're not so sure.
Oh my God, they own everything.
They got super male vitality.
Oh my God, if they get all of the Alex Jones themed supplements. Oh my God,
he is sick.
all the branding that's associated with Infowars, they own now.
Wait, Alex Jones is crashing out.
Is he crashing out about Infowars?
But we will be selling supplement adjacent stuff. Maybe water that cures everything, or I believe that we're selling omega-3 fish oil from exclusively conservative fish. That's a big important thing for us.
Ben Collins, CEO of The Onion, now at least one of the masters of the Infowars universe. Ben, congratulations. You have definitely bit off more than you can chew. There's nobody I would rather see do it than you. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Good luck.
Oh, boy.
I just see it from Brandon on the discourse.
He's got to be fucking crashing out about this.
What's this one with his shirt off? What's going on over here? What's happening? All right, let's see. Stop substituting my food for my order. Because they never get me anything good.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what's
he is
going
not
on?
the right color for a human being.
The only way I can really put it. I'm going to warn you right now, content warning. Be prepared for Alex Jones's incredibly vigorous physique.
So when
you do a parody of somebody, but none of you took something from them.
Right. We've already checked with lawyers, so they're in deep shit. I'm already suing the Democrat Party law firms. Already got civil rights lawsuits. So you think, look, just because you're wearing my shirt, don't mean you're me.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's not going well over there.
It is not going well over there. Holy
Is he
shit.
gonna have to take off all of his Infowars shit?
Yes. Yes.
You have to take his shirt off.
Or he has to license it from the Onion.
Dude, what if he had a tattoo? I guess the tattoo would be fine.
Tattoos, I think tattoos fine, but everything else that's branded Infowars, he can't sell.
He lost worse than the Proud Boys.
Yeah, he lost pretty bad.
What's going on with the homie?
Uh-oh. Folks, the Onion has stolen the shirt off of Alex Jones's back at this point, and it's a sad thing to see.
Oh, he's having a meltdown.
Yeah.
This is crisis behavior.
He is 100% shaped like the Beast Titan when he came out.
You know who the Beast Titan is?
No. Wait, are you talking about from Attack on Titan? I know the Beast Titan. Yeah, oh my god, yes. Yeah, I see it.
Oh, that's so funny. People are so mean. Let's see it again.
Folks, the Onion has stolen the shirt off of Alex Jones's back at this point, and it's a sad thing to see.
He is 100% shaped like the Beast Titan when he came out here. Like, is this the physique that you can expect if you take like Alex Jones supplements? He walked out here straight up like Bigfoot.
This point, and it's a sad thing to see.
All right, Brandon, shut the fuck up. Play
Are
that
you
shit.
the Onion now, Alex?
No, we laugh about this, but a
Oh,
year and
I'm
a half ago,
crying.
they announced that they now owned us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was all fraud. This time they haven't had a court hearing, and they're announcing they own us, which shows with this judge that's been super corrupt, the state judge, it's already a done deal. But don't worry, we got a bunch of legal avenues. It'd be one thing if they just shut us down, but they are telling the New York Times and I've seen more videos that they're going to misrepresent. Have you played the trailer?
Yeah.
They're going to misrepresent that they're us to confuse people and quote rip people off like Alex Jones did. They're going to make money. The whole thing.
Right. Like you said it yourself. Rip people off like Alex Jones did.
Yeah.
A confession.
Things about faming me. You can't take something over and then act like you're somebody, even if you say it's a parody. You can do a parody of somebody, but none of you took.
It's Onion War.
They own you now, bro.
So they're in deep shit. I'm already suing the Democrat Party law firm.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope he checked with lawyers that are different than the lawyers that he used when he tried to win this lawsuit against the Sandy Hook families.
Yeah.
It feels like that didn't turn out his way. So probably better if he gets a new legal team.
Yes.
Yes.
Green.
Yes. And actually, Mikey.
Lawsuits. So let's be a year and a half ago. Be clear about that.
What?
We got to wrap up in a few minutes. So I got to go.
Yeah.
And so you guys just keep laughing, just like you did a year and a half ago, or it was November 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So is that about a year and a half?
Yeah, this is a story from December 10th. Sale of Alex Jones Infowars to the Onion rejected.
almost exactly
And I'll
a year
get
and a
into
half.
this. And
Yeah. So just, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a
Sucks
real
to-
shame.
Sucks to suck, homie.
That's a real shame.
Yeah. He did this to himself. He could have been like an outside media person and then entertain a thing or two. Nah, man, that crank money, them pseudoscience pills, man. That's a good living. That's a fatted calf that you get. Hope it was worth it.
Yep.
I'm gonna get me an info if this shit goes through and they get merch. I'm getting one of them Info Onion Wars shirts.
I seen the Info Onion War shirts in rainbow lettering.
He will hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, they should put rainbow frogs on all their merch.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be fucking hilarious. Before we go, speaking of merch, one more time, just scan the QR code to get the bin merch. Like We Shazadi and their fancy new hat.
Which is hilarious.
They're all posted in the old chat. And join us tonight for some Delta Green.
Yes. Yes.
And we'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow for the food show. We can do some food show stuff.
Oh, my eyes hurt from laughing at that.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. I saved that for the end because I knew it would be great.
That motherfucker came out shirtless. That is perfect.
So like and subscribe if you haven't already. Become a member of the Bin Network if you want to. You can also
Bin inclusive. A Bin Institute graduate.
The Onion don't own us yet. Patreon.com/the-bin podcast if you want to support us on Patreon. But the easiest way and the cheapest way is to like and subscribe on the YouTubes, hit the notification bells, and watch all the shows.
Watch an old playlist.
Yeah. Watch all the old Delta Green so you get caught up on everything.
Yeah, that's honestly, I should probably do that.
And we will see you all later on. Don't forget to drink your meat.